Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Hope you're all having a nice, whatever it is, wherever you are. I'm a little bit late, considering that Tennocon was, on Saturday, and I'm doing the stream at now, what is 1 a.m. on Wednesday. But, that's how these things shake out sometimes. But hope you're all having a nice whatever it is, wherever you are. For anyone asking what are these memes, these are all screenshots. Well, most of this is screenshots from the subreddit r/Ambien. Now, before Ambien was shit, it used to be a subreddit where people posted things while high on sleep medication, and it was genuinely fucking hilarious. But, unfortunately, Ambien sucks now. It's still Tuesday night, it's not Wednesday till I wake up. Real shit. Real shit. Why must you make me suffer? It's called being funny. Ambien is a drug? Ambien is a prescription sleep medication, yes. As I understand it, the problem with Ambien is that, like, if it doesn't interact with your system like it's supposed to, it'll make you hallucinate. And even beyond that, like, people who take Ambien and do stuff while high on it have no memory of doing it. Honestly, seems like a pretty scary drug if you were to take it and then, like, not remember that you, I don't know, like, screwed a cookie to the table or something. I just woke up 5 minutes ago. Well, now you can start your day off wrong. Thank you for the crowns, LEU. Just shitpost there nowadays. These days, Ambien's super dead. There was, like, a brief window of, like, a month where it was at its peak of, like, actually good posts. I don't know. I miss old Ambien. That shit was peak. There are good other subreddits, though. Like, there's one called Kitchen Cells that I discovered from, like, an image dump where people post, like, their shitty food and talk about how terrible their life is. And it's kind of hilarious. Also, yeah, I know the music is still playing. I have it turned down, but maybe it's a little loud. If I was just sitting here talking, then it would probably be... It would sound really bad. Than doing something funny and forgetting. I mean, doing things sleep-deprived is pretty rough. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just realized, like, I'm struggling to read the chat. I'm sorry if I'm missing anyone's messages. I just realized I'm an idiot. I have it farther away from myself than normal. This is what happens when you don't update your glasses prescription for, like, 5 fucking years. I should get on that eventually. Those things are expensive, though. Anyways. Okay, now I can actually read. Fucking hell. Without a prescription. So here's the thing, at least here in the US, a lot of the prescription stuff you buy over the counter is melatonin-based. That shit doesn't work for me. If I take, like, a melatonin-based sleeping pill, it might help me fall asleep. I will not stay asleep. I know I'm kind of stalling here. Today's stream is probably not going to go for super long. I know I always say that and end up streaming for, like, 40 years. But the... let me get my audio set up here. Also, let me know if the audio balance is off. I did tweak it when I was doing things for Tennocon, and I think I fixed it. But, I don't... Part of me doesn't want to stop playing this song, because I think that Lullaby for the of the Manifold is probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite, like, piece of music we have. I just realized I accidentally muted the tab as I was saying that, which was very disrespectful. I always forget to go on D&D, but I'm lucky enough that I have audience members who are always here to keep me on my toes. So we are now back to regular operations. Thank you for the D&D check as always, Norman. I'll have to show that just for I don't know, transparency. So today's live reaction was provided by Lunatic. This was shortly after the last video I did. When I did the randomness difficulty video, Lunatic posted a thing in Gratler Gang about how, like, they think that transference distortion is actually a good modifier, to which I just replied with this: you're allowed to be wrong. Where this is cut off is that it says /s. Lunatic thought that meant serious. They didn't realize it meant sarcastic. And so they thought I was just like, they were like, this is just an intimidating aura. And I'm like, what do you mean? I just realized, I think my live reaction's actually slightly off. Hold on. Is it just me or... Okay, I think I fixed it. Thank you for the 5, Zeke. Important question. Do you think when people fart they lose weight or gain weight? This will be on the test. Do I have to answer, or can I wait till the test? Do I have to answer this now? It says live revelation. Yeah, it does say live revelation. Why would they gain weight? I mean, that's a good question, all things considered. Why is it wider than usual? I think, yeah, it's lined up about the same. I think the problem is that the way that this one is made. I like how this it just says sun, which has no relation to the Rebecca underneath. I was trying to make a thing for Tennocon, and I gave up pretty quickly. But I wonder, did I edit the scaling when... I might have to compare this to my old footage. I might have edited the scaling when I was doing the Tennocon thing. Anyways. Stream Revelations. Yeah, I'll launch a Black Ops 3. There's a little, like, bar. Let me get the arrow. There's a little bar of pixels here that kind of bothers me, but if I try and cut it out, the editing software wants to use magnets to, like, snap it around. Anyways. So, I will say, I haven't done my EDA and ETA, and I'm gonna go ahead and try to do them on stream, but I'll admit that I am so prone to being distracted that I struggle, generally speaking, when I try to do these. Like, you could, if anyone watched the video I did, it's like a supplementary thing to randomness difficulty where I soloed the EDA and ETA. I'm perfectly fine if I'm not streaming, but if I am streaming, it can get kind of rough. I think... Okay, for moral reasons, I don't really want to take the Torrid. Prepare well. Before the foe is laid low, we shall... I feel like, honestly, of my options, Pox is pretty good, but I also just really like Magnus. I honestly might go for, like, Reconifex Magnus and Ether Reaper. Ether Reaper just for the culture, to be honest. Any resurgence of the Cool family? I haven't seen them in a bit. Just kind of feel like shit. I think the best thing you can do, honestly, is probably just try and take your mind off it for now. I get where you're coming from, but it's kind of out of your hands at that point. To a little Dorito? That would go hard. None of all this stuff. Yeah, I will say that, I think I'm actually just going to go straight down the middle. Real talk, I think we're just going to go straight down the middle. I don't know what all's on my Harrow. I don't play him that often, so there's a very good chance it's going to be abysmal dog shit. Because, yeah, double Demolisher Disruption. Not many terrible modifiers this week, though, which is good. Sorry, I'm snapping back and forth between, like, my chat and the in-game stuff a lot. And it's, it's not a great strategy. I won't even attempt this week. You know, fair enough. Cool kid, straight blasphemy. Thank you, Robin. I'm glad you're keeping me accountable or whatever the fuck. I feel like, I normally just take my Panzer because that's like the easy option. I probably should actually name my configs on it too because I have a bunch. You know, I'll just throw that on. ETA was cancer this week. I'll have to... I've already unlocked it. My goal there being... I was gonna say, like, this bug is still in the game where it occasionally doesn't count everything. What is on my Harrow? Warning, this is probably really bad. I haven't played Harrow in a while. Well, that's already questionable. Blind Rage. You know, it could be worse. That's all I'm gonna say about that. My adaptation being one-off is very bothersome, but I don't care enough to fix this, so we're gonna do it this way. Rank 9 adaptation. I have a rank 10. I'm just literally one short, and I didn't feel like formatting it, I guess. Did I... Hold on. Let me double-check my Reconifex. I might have a secondary config for this. No, I don't. Okay, this is the primary one. And then my good old Magnus, my beloved, my goat. Please remove that Arcane Avenger. Honestly, like, you know, I probably should because I don't realistically need it. I just think it's kind of funny. What should I put in its place? You know what, Blueprint? I'll let you be the judge. What do we put in? What do we put in the place of Arcane Avenger? Magnus without augment. I honestly just find the roll spamming to be kind of annoying. I like to play around Chamber Cascade, which doesn't really gel well with the with that kind of play style. Bellicose. All right, we're getting some pretty trash opinions from the chat. Kamisato? I can't even take advantage of that. I don't have any summons. What the fuck is building Kamisato stacks? I don't, you know, maybe I just shouldn't take advice from any of you. I should, Arcane Blessing? We have options here. We have options. Arcane Ice Storm? Arcane Ice Storm? You know, maybe we could do that. Maybe we could do that. We have options, okay? We have options. Arcane Pulse, that's always a classic. That's always a good one. Arcane Ultimatum. That's always a good option. Arcane Warmth, that's definitely up there. We got options. We got options. Ice Storm does proc off Harrow 1. Am I being gaslit? I feel like from a coding standpoint, I could see how that would happen, but it definitely shouldn't. What the fuck is building Kamisato stacks? Well, I'm asking my chat what arcane I should put on my Harrow. And it's not going great. Let's put it that way. It's really not going great. The spaghetti is strong. It will work. You know what? That's it. Fine then. I believe you. We'll put on Ice Storm. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I'll believe. I'll believe. I don't expect this to work at all, but you know, I just realized I have
elemental resources, highest possible purity.
Okay, we're gonna test this first, actually.
Procure them and procure them now. Crucible marked. Go.
Well, would you look at that? I was con. Where are the stacks? Oh wait, hold on. There's bolstered belligerents. Never mind. Let's clean that up a bit first. Well, I'll be fucking damned. It does work. Huh. I was like, oh, I've been duped. No, I wasn't duped. Hold on. Am I tweaking? Okay, now I'm confused. Now I'm confused. Hold on. Hold on. Now I gotta figure things out. What have I just joined in on? We might have discovered some spaghetti code. Hold on, everyone. I'm going to the simulacrum. I have to make sure that was not a fluke. I'm like the lockpicking lawyer here. I have to see if that was real. What was DE cooking? To the simulacrum. We have to see... Weird and obscure moment. We have to see if this is real. Also, why is there a cool kid leaderboard? YouTube just added this dumbass feature where you get placed on a leaderboard if you donate or based on your chat messages. I hate it, but I can't turn it off. If it doesn't work, please time me out. Alright, you're on. Because I'm wondering if I have some weird shit with, like how Stretch, Archon Stretch, can proc off of Diriga. I'm wondering if some weird shit is happening because of my companion. Okay, you're going away. No bolstered belligerents to fuck with me this time. I have one Unseeing Herald. Yeah, weird thing. The Unseeing Herald can be spawned in the simulacrum. Okay, hold on. Let's just grab some Lancers. Let's grab some Lancers. I picked... Oh my god. Okay, don't look at that. Don't look at that. Misinput. Don't look. I forgot that technically the Arid Lancer Eximus appears first in the list. It's not proccing. Okay, hold the phone then. Why was it... What was triggering it in the mission? Because this time it didn't work. I'm confused. So what the fuck was triggering it in the Archimedia? You have to shoot them? Is that how that works? Hold on. What the fuck? You're right. When they take damage, it builds stacks. Huh? What is this shit? I had no idea this was a thing. What? So it only counts them as frozen when they take damage. What in the actual fuck? Um, okay, so I would just like to say, whoever in the chat, like, I know there were 2 or 3 people telling me that this worked. Thank you for letting me know this. I genuinely had no fucking idea this was a thing, but this is cool as fuck. This is rad as hell. Thank you for informing me of this ancient arcane knowledge. I just got here. What are we talking about? Apparently, if you put Arcane Ice Storm on Harrow, and you chain up enemies with this one, and then you shoot them, it builds Ice Storm stacks. I thought that it was tied specifically to freezing an enemy through, like, you know, cold procs, but... well... and cold damage status to build it. Well, that's the thing. I don't have cold damage on. Is it tied to... hold on. Just to make sure it's not tied to, like, a damage type on my weapon. Let me just unequip all of the mods on here. Nope, it does not seem to matter what's on your weapon, because it's still triggering. Huh. This is most likely an unintended interaction. Yeah, I'd imagine this is probably unintended. How long has this been in the game? They added Ice Storm, what, over a year ago now? Because I think Ice Storm was back... it's a Jade Shadows arcane, right? It's a... I think it's an Ascension arcane. Well, thank you for the divine knowledge. I shall carry this. I shall carry the sacred light of this information into the deepest dark. Let me grab my Panzer again. Do I have a config that's specifically for Link shields? I probably do. I do. Condemn is a helmet? That's true. Huh. I wonder if, yeah, that would mean that you could throw this on anyone that you put Condemn on. On Fleek Arcanes? I don't believe so. It will be patched. That's true. This can never go in a weird and obscure, because then it's going to get fixed. Like the handshake. It's like I always say, people still blame me for this. So thank you for stopping by, Kaya's build. I'm glad that you enjoy the shitty things I post on the internet. Okay. The handshake got fixed. I don't think it was even fixed intentionally. There was nothing in any patch notes about it. I think it was just unintentionally, like, a different thing fixed it on accident. Hamis, indeed. Okay. Strange and little known. Maybe if we rebrand, I'll be safe from digital extremes. Where in the fuck? You know, this is actually kind of a really bad start because of bolstered belligerence. Considering that I'm playing Harrow, this is a rough start. I do have access to Guardian Break, which is good, but I'm not super thrilled about this. I'll put it that way. I also have a weapon that relies on Deadhead, and I don't really have any easy way to get that rolling. This is really cancer, because I also have Eximus Amphor, so I'm just stuck with things with like 5 quintillion overguard. Sorry, Panzer. L+ ratio. Peculiar and concealed, indeed. Welcome, everyone, to today's episode of Odd and Obfuscated. Just, yeah, prevent some damage real quick. Quit preventing the damage. Do I not have heat? I do not have my heat magazine ready. Let me, yeah. Once I get some stuff rolling, then we'll be fine. It's just getting to that point that's a little bit annoying. The reload speed buff actually kind of hurts me here. I'm sorry. While I'm doing this, I probably won't be reading the chat as much as normal, just because I kind of need to focus. So if you like have a message for me and I don't read it, you might have to retype it when I'm not, you know, distracted. Hello, everyone. Don't mind me, I'm just, collecting some things. Alchemy game mode really be like, find my amphors. Yeah, I'm losing my stacks. We're struggling now. What about, you know, maybe Magnus would work better. Because, yeah, once Chamber Cascade gets rolling, you just don't have to stop shooting. I love this gun. Marble Hornets reference, true. Then again, I don't really think they ever actually searched for pages in Marble Hornets. Find the missing Epstein files, true. That's actually, that's what we're looking for when we do Netracells, is we're trying to find if Dr. Entrati was on the Epstein list. This is going to be really slow. I'm sorry, this is probably going to be hard to watch. Bolstered Belligerence. Oh, jeez. I was not playing very well there, just stood in that. But Bolstered Belligerence, on top of the fact that I, you know, this is a modern Warframe build. It relies on conditionals for damage. Just going to, like, make this kind of rough. Who the fuck getting called? I'm going to prioritize talking these in. It hasn't solved the Venus Ice Mystery. I guess you'll have to send it to me. Maybe you already have. I'm not checking my Discord at the moment. I got caught on the... Okay. Oh, I did not realize that he was going to be here. Why is he here? I'm gonna get this so that I can have a Guardian Break trigger. And probably should back up a tad. Elo. Truly. And I am really preventing a lot of damage, which is admittedly kind of alarming. Yeah, the amphor rate, like, when you're doing this solo, it's not as bad, because you don't need as many amphors, but it's still, like, progressing through this is slow. How the fuck did he take that much damage? Whatever. You know what? I'm calling in the big guns. Hold on. Better call. Come on, homeboy, I need you. It's just Bohemian Grove? Probably. What's the AI yapping about? I honestly do like that at this point the Venus Ice Mystery has just become like this pervasive meme. That was kind of what I hoped. It looked... Okay, so speaking of the Venus Ice Mystery, for those who don't know, right? I guess for those of you who are out of the loop, the Venus Ice Mystery was a thing that YouTube's AI inspiration feature told me I should make a video about. But the mystery, of course, is what the fuck is the Venus Ice Mystery? Even I don't know what that's supposed to mean. So I sometimes will take like a peek at the AI inspiration tab. This is actually harder because my reload speed buff. Anyways, I'll take a peek at the AI inspiration tab just to see what's in there, because, you know, it makes some funny shit sometimes. And it told me that I should make a video about randomness versus challenge. And I'm just sitting there like, yeah, this is a popular topic with my viewers, because I just made a video about it less than a week ago. What are you on about? But nobody can define it true. It's like that one SCP. All you can really determine is what it's not. Okay. I am going to do my best to kind of keep up how we're moving here. We're taking anal 4. Oh, hell no. Oh, I just went right past it. The one that's not a square? Yes. Check Discord? Do I really want to? Oh, okay. It's the AI summary. Viewers in the chat are discussing a potential unintended interaction within a game involving the ability to condemn an arcane ice storm, possibly related to the Venus Ice Mystery. They speculate on whether the interaction is due to similar coding for stun and cold freeze effects and its potential patching. Well, the AI is mostly correct there. Anyways, I have an idea you'll like. Yeah, literally, the plagiarism machine. You know what's even worse? The AI-generated, like, ideas tab, AI generates thumbnails, and I genuinely think all of the thumbnails that it trained off of for Warframe are MH Blackie thumbnails. They all look exactly like his. So, of course, they're AI slop. They don't look quite right, but that knockdown was almost devastating. But, they all just look like MH Blackie thumbnails, but like AI slopified, which is kind of impressive that you can slopify an MH Blackie thumbnail. This changes everything off thumbnail. Yeah, deadass. Ayo, Ice, welcome, Lucy. I thought for a second I just witnessed Call explode, but I don't think that's what happened. Can I move, please? I am actually just watching Call and my fucking companion wombo combo these guys at this point. Can I please get into the missions where I can actually build my conditionals? I don't want to do this no more. No, off. Thank you. Being V-Shojover. Honestly, I don't really watch VTubers, so, no. Ten times more cursed? Yeah, realistically, probably. Thank God for Arcane Avenger. This shit is so fucking overpowered, dude. On frames like Hero, who can generate energy easily, especially, it's like all you gotta do is hit the lottery once, and for the next, what, 20-ish seconds, you're just fucking invincible. Yep, there it goes again. Now, I'm just invincible. Go, my Magnus. This shit sucks. Damn. The Earth Dirt mystery. True. That's, yeah. I was gonna say, that's a blitz, quote-unquote, so he's actually an arson exit because it's a dog. I really need to redo the shards on my Harrow. I have, I think, like 3 shield capacity and 2 cast speed, but that's from, like, way back when shards were new, so they're not even Tau Forged. The Mars Sand mystery. In this past 6 to 12 months? Jesus. Yeah, I can see where that might be a problem. The Sun Plasma mystery, Theremin Void mystery. We certainly have options for new mysteries, don't we? Uranus Land mystery. You know, that is a real mystery. Even though there is, like, an in-game explanation for it, kind of. Jupiter Whale mystery? Okay, now we're just making shit up. So thank you for stopping by, Lexi. I have to do the part where I have to break all these fucking pipes. I'm in the pipes, generally speaking. That reminds me of one time I had sent Sabuchi a comment that I had received that I was kind of, like, conflicted on, and I wanted his opinion. It was, like, kind of just to put it, there was, like, someone who had a criticism of a video I made, and I wasn't really sure how I felt about it, because it was one of those things where I didn't know if what they were saying was, like, valid or not. I guess I'll put it that way. So I asked Sab, I'm like, hey, you know, what do you think about this? And Sab just replied, telling me that I should I should respond with the text, I'm in your pipes, multiple times. I didn't do that, but, good suggestion. The homophobic one? No, it was a different one. Metal flooring mystery? Sab is kinda unhinged. I wouldn't say kinda. Sab is one of the most insane people I know. It's kind of a mid-reward. The schizophrenia usage one? Yes, that's correct. Yeah, Sab is one of the more unhinged people I know.
Updating. We've made them angry.
And a home seems like Cosmic Horror Revenge. I could see that. What are the modifiers again? Devil's Bargain and Bold. Vampiric Liminus was in the first mission? Did they get stuck? I don't feel like I really dealt with them that much. Okay. Yeah, we have Sealed Armor, which is fine for Harrow, and then Gold Venture and Devil's Bargain. Devil's Bargain's kind of a nothing modifier, honestly. If I'm thinking of the right one. Oh, no, I was thinking of Bold Venture. Yeah, Bold Venture is the nothing one. Start quoting the Bible? I don't know enough of the Bible to start quoting it, like, off the cuff. I'm sorry. I'm not a real Christian. I feel like... Okay, look, I'm not trying to be, like, against any form of religious belief when I say this, but does anyone else find it kind of weird that the way, like, Bible verses are set up just encourages taking the Bible out of context? I feel like it happens so often where someone will, like, quote or, like, post a Bible verse, and the verse is removed from its context to the point where what it means is just whatever the person wants it to mean. And it's like, I've got it weird that this is formatted so that you can do this. Thought you lived in Iowa? I do currently. I will no longer live in Iowa in about a month, but thought I had been writing it. Like, I feel like, because I can understand the value in having that kind of formatting, right? Because as someone who grew up Pentecostal, you know, there is value in being able to, like, extract, you know, meaning from larger stories in a more digestible way by, like, picking out those important parts. But then you have things out of context where it's just like the infamous one about, how is it worded exactly? The one about the dude who gets killed because he finished on the ground. You guys know what I'm talking about? He pulled out and got executed by God. That one out of context sounds pretty fucking insane. I mean, even in context, it's still kind of weird. But, the John what? Okay, that, yeah, I don't remember what comment it was, or what the Bible verse was specifically. But, yeah, that was an interesting comment. I think I still have it on my computer. I could probably grab it again if people want to see the homophobic comment I received that quoted the Bible. That shit was hilarious. He should have swallowed it like a real man. Ow. Who got killed for bullying a bald guy. They didn't just get killed. It was like, what, a dozen children got killed by a bunch of... It was 2 bears, right? They were bullying... This was an Old Testament story, I think. Most of the unhinged shit in the Bible is in the Old Testament. Of, like, was it, like, Elijah's, like... What's the word I'm looking for here? Like, the guy who took up the place, his place after he left, I think. Look, I haven't read the Bible in a really long time, so I haven't read it since I was a kid. What about Twinks? I'm not sure, actually. I don't remember them ever acknowledging it, so... Would have been way funnier. Honestly, when are they dropping the 3rd one? You know, it's gotta be a trilogy. That's what makes these things, that's what makes these things work. And yeah, I think Elisha is correct. Like I said, I have not read the Bible in many, many years. A lot of child death in the Bible. Well, there's also a lot of child death in FNAF, so, you know, really makes you think. Jesus is giving twink vibes. Maybe I should stop reading the chat. For his brother? Yeah, that was the verse I was thinking of. Doesn't he die for that, like, right after? Or am I misremembering? I thought that he fucking died. Jesus would be ripped, actually. He was a carpenter. That's true. Yeah, the Lord put him to death also. Okay, thank you, Sarah, for finding this for me. I was correct. FNAF is a Bible allegory. Didn't think so. Well, I don't think Jesus is the one doing the child murdering. My father was a carpenter. Ah, yes, it's like the Nata Copy Pasta Jesus edition. Okay. This Slinky is just, like, fucking off, and I don't appreciate it. I think Jesus ever had a wank. Well, I mean, he was free of sin, so I guess it depends. I guess it depends on your interpretation of things. Honestly, what do we... I don't know why I'm still entertaining this conversation. What do we think are, like, some of the top Jesus moments out there? I like the time that he flipped a table. That was pretty cool. I think that's a top Jesus moment. The Gnostic Gospels? I mean, because those are what, like, the non-canon books of the Bible, right? Jiao Shu turning his water into wine. Yeah, that's a top-tier Jesus moment, I agree. I feel like, honestly, the #1 Jesus moment has to be coming back after 3 days, but... Jesus was top 3 Americans? Mormons be like... It's bad, actually. Are non-canon books fan fiction? I think for a lot of it, it's like there's certain, like, levels of, okay, he's fake, my bad. I believe there's, like, a certain level of rigor that the books have to go through to be added to the Bible as, like, a canon book. And there are several that do not meet that requirement. Oh, I was like, why the fuck am I running out of ammo so fast? It was because I was standing in the Devil's Bargain Zone. I'm a white guy, trust? Yeah, that was when Jesus looked directly at the camera and told the audience. Not really an ongoing process, that's fair. Would have definitely been a socialist. It's like that meme where it's like, if Jesus was alive today, he would be a liberal. No, he would be a conservative, and then Jesus just like, I'm quite fond of skibbity toilets. Thanks, Jesus. That's the type of vibe I get from this. Legendary skins for Jesus? Hell yeah. Jesus on Adult Swim? No? Would Jesus play Warframe? I feel like he'd have bigger fish to fry, metaphorically speaking. Oh, god damn it. Why do I keep walking into the zone? I'm such a fucking idiot. The Bible Pass goes crazy. Damn, that would go crazy, actually. I'm with you there. Not getting a lot of direct headshot kills. I mean, it is the Murmur, so, you know. And Gen Z Brain Rot? I could see that. You use those words. I mean, yeah, there was what we call Jesus's fish arc. I don't think it was an arc, more so it's like an ongoing personality trait, but that's besides the point. Did Jesus have aura? I think you could say that Jesus had aura. I think it's honestly funny that we're even having this conversation like a Warframe stream, but it's all like theology that's like complete shitposting. Like, yeah, I wonder if Jesus were alive today, what car would he drive? Was prop pooping during the fish? Do you think Jesus got banned for exploiting? Which frame would he main? Urelli? It has to be Harrow, right? I feel like if Jesus was to play Warframe, he'd have to play Harrow. That just makes sense. Jesus got chat banned. It's like when you stay in a survival mission for too long in Warframe and then your account gets trade banned. That's what happened to Jesus. You guys Carpenter? I could see that. Baruch? Yeah, I think that would also be up there. Would be a Jade, or as a Jade main. Jesus would play Oberon. Inaros comes back to life. We've got some viable options. Did I really get another one? Fuck. I am quite fond of Screaming Cat Girl. He got timed out for 3 days. That is what happened, straight up. The Romans found out that Jesus was item duping, among other exploits, so he got timed out for 3 days. Was it Hunhau Carpenter? I can't remember how the copy posse goes off the top of my head. One of her parents was. Hunhau is a farmer. Yeah, it was my father is a farmer, my mother a carpenter. I couldn't remember the order that it went. What the hell of a sentence to walk in on? You know, I'm sorry. That's all I gotta say. I gotta deploy my boys to help me out here. If you don't use the call air support, you are sleeping on it. He is my goat. Oh, of course we have commanding culverins and fortified foes. He just got a mortis strike. Is that why he had to go to heaven? Or, like, back to heaven? He wasn't eligible for any further rewards, so he left the mission. Okay, where? Okay. Time's over here. And Caro, that's fair. You know, okay. I think I've mentioned this before, but I remember watching a video on this topic that I thought was interesting. Apparently there are, like, certain languages that don't have, like, not don't have, but don't normally use different words for the colors blue and green, but they do have different words, or more common use different words, for the colors blue and light blue, which I find very interesting. Like, in English, I've always kind of hated that we call light blue. I've always tried to use terms like, you know, cyan or teal or something like that, whenever I make the distinction, because I feel like, it's blue, but only kinda. But I thought it was interesting that some cultures are like, oh yeah, green and blue are the same color, but light blue and dark blue aren't. I think that's cool. Pink is just red light. I mean, while that's true, I also feel like the distinction is important. Why are you blue? Being the color... Yeah, I think the specific term that Homer used was wine dark sea, if memory serves, which is very interesting. Pink is the color? Thank you, Rosie. You would be the expert on the topic. Oh, they're both in the same spot. Goated? I think this actually nerfed me, but I don't even care. No, wait, no shot. I can! Okay, well, that's pretty funny. Hold still, bitch. He's fucking ran the... Okay, damn. Bro was just involved in a traffic accident. Gotta build up some energy real quick here. I think Call is actually stealing my energy by getting kills too efficiently, which is kind of depressing. Make all my Warframes light blue? Oh, hell no. The Grizzling. Honestly, like, I feel like the Grizzling has to be a top Nitro moment. For those who don't know, my boyfriend Nitro, and when this update first came out, it would have been, what? This game mode was added in Dante's update, I believe. Dante Unbound. He mistakenly read the Grizzling as the Grizzling, and that's just what I call them now. Grizzly? Why do Grizzlings laugh like that? I don't know. It's a good question, frankly. Oh, no. I might actually fuck this one up because of that. Oh, it's a Bone Widow? Okay, that's not too bad, then. Oh, I gotta hurry up, though. So this guy's probably gonna be in the room or about to enter it. Yep, shit, there he is. Oh, I fucking love Magnus. I think it's kind of telling that I have Recon effects, which is a really good automatic rifle, and I'm still just relying on Magnus because it's that good. Nitro's boyfriend wears Nitro. He's currently at his job. Nitro works overnights. It's pronounced Joust and Drendel? Oh, hell no. It would be fucking over. It would be so over. I don't have many... I have 2 Deadhead stacks. I guess it could be worse. Oh, what the fuck? You're in here already? Okay, why did that one spawn so much closer? This guy spawned at, like, a reasonable distance. How did you come to know Warframe, actually? If you mean, like, how did I find the game? So there is this recurring thing that happens in my family. My brother Hunter will find a game, not like it, and then I'll become obsessed with it. So, like, Hunter pre-ordered Destiny 1 because he's a huge Halo fan, and he played Destiny during, like, the closed beta. So did I. He didn't like it, and I loved Destiny 1. I played that game constantly up until Rise of Iron came out, and I didn't buy that DLC, so I stopped playing. Warframe was a similar story. When the game was new on Xbox, which was in, like, I think late 2014, my brother Hunter downloaded it because the game was free and gave it a try. Hunter didn't really care for it, and I played it, and the course of my life, unironically, was altered forever. Got home too. Welcome, Phoenix. Or, I'm sorry, hello, Penis. So yeah, the story of how I find most... Okay, why are they spawning this close? That's kind of bullshit, actually. I should probably be targeting the guy in front. Get that headshot. Oh, that's a laser. I was about to pop my 4, but everyone is chained up, so probably not a good time. 144p right now? That sounds like it would probably, or that it would be fire. Within the span of 5 minutes. Grim. I gotta get the boys back. I was gonna say, I don't feel like Robin can play Harrow or Korra. She gets too distracted. On penis joke? That's really broad. What? You might have to be a little more specific. Oh, this is like a D's Nuts joke where it's like... if I get set up for a D's Nuts joke off of this question, I couldn't even be mad, honestly. And on DeviantArt, fair enough. Void Lugger? I mean, you know, is it really a fantasy or like sci-fi setting if you don't have stereotypes and slurs towards other species? Leon concept art, damn. Huge day for gay people, honestly. Hold it. Oh, he's running. He's fleeing. I don't even know why I'm targeting this guy. There isn't really a huge benefit. And yeah, he has a white key, which I already have. More relevant by the day. The other day, I don't even look sentient. Damn. Now they are bullying me. Deserved. In the grocery store, we have to stop this anti-Tau sentiment. Oh, the mech is... Oh, shit, I might have picked the wrong one. I thought the mech in here was way farther away than he really was because my Vulpaphyla was attacking enemies and I was seeing the damage numbers. And I was like, oh, shit, he's really close. No, he was not really close. Oh, okay, this one's pretty far. We're fine, I think. Running out of my buffs by the time I actually reach him again, so damn. Look at creator glyph when. Honestly, my guess would be never. So for a bit of context for people who don't know how this works, the Warframe creator program, if you want to be like a Warframe content creator, is now invite only. It used to be application based. It is not that way anymore. You have to be invited by DE to join the creator program. And I just don't really see that happening if it hasn't happened already, if that makes sense. Especially because I feel like, kind of generally speaking, the creator program is more open to creators that are, I guess, more sanitized than I am. Which isn't anything, like, against them, but just kind of how it is, I suppose. You'll see, like, guide and build YouTubers and stuff make it in. I am the type of person who posts, I don't know, things that are... I guess less sanitized, especially on my streams. On my streams, things get pretty bad. How weak the Bone Widows are. It kind of upsets me, because, like, normally Bone Widow actually has the better defensive stats between Void Rig and Bone Widow. It's just that Void Rig pulls ahead because of, you know, old Iron Skin, basically, with Storm Shroud. But the Rogue Necromechs are the opposite. Bone Widows have worse defensive stats, which I think is kind of cringe. Oh, I forgot that Condemn snaps you to the ground. I was like, I did not mean to dive bomb that guy. He'll definitely let you in. I don't even think I know who I am. Like, I make jokes that I get stuff patched, but real talk, I highly doubt DE actually knows that I exist. A cool kid plays? Well, I'm pretty sure that part of why the program was rebranded was just to kick Retalius and AGGP out of it. That's my own theory, so I don't see that happening. Or working, rather. I'll make my glyph your profile picture. Thank you, Evelyn. I'm glad that you're willing to be charitable like that. asked to be a creator. I have actually never attended Tennocon. What did Raw do? Retalius was just like... I think what really broke his connection with the developers was probably his Guides of the Lotus video, where he went after Danielle very personally. Like, a very significant amount of that video was going after Danielle on a much more personal level than you would expect. Even DE himself, or Steve himself, actually said, yeah, Mr. DE, I'm such a fucking dumbass. Steve himself posted on Twitter disapproval. Oh, I have no stacks of anything. Save me, call. Oh, I am so fucked. Oh, it's so over. Come on, call. Come on, call. Hook him. Hell yeah. But yeah, I think that was probably, like, a big part of it, was that, like, even Steve, like, all the way up to Steve himself had seen that video and expressed disapproval. So I feel like that's probably, like, the straw that broke the camel's back with their relationship, right, between, like, Retalius and the developers, was that. It's Bonewit over. True. Have I really blocked no damage? Are we dead ass? Okay, no, we're not. Gotta actually get headshots this time. Did fuck your wife at one point. That is the Angels of the Zariman Ruin My Life lore, is it not? I suppose that is true. These commanding culverins. The modifier is not even necessarily, like, bad. It's just, like, giving an enemy a new weapon type like that is kind of cool. It's just that the rockets will track you to the ends of the fucking earth. It's like Spider-Man with Shocker. I think of that clip whenever I'm having to fight these fucking things. What did AGGP do? AGGP was just super toxic. Like, there's a very infamous clip of him, like, calling someone a lot of very mean things for questioning his opinion on a topic. I don't know. There was also, like, the thing, I think it was Brozyme and Drecker Tube Girl were, like, trying to explain something to AGGP on Twitter, and he just wouldn't have it, and they said that his combined intellect beat them both, or his intellect beat their combined intellect in a debate, which I think was hilarious. I don't know what either Retalius or AGGP is up to now, but...
A new day dawns. Let us to work.
Well, that was honestly a pretty fucking mid-EDA. Unfortunately.
Tenno, I wouldn't bother going mad, Tenno. It may... Sometimes I wonder how much of this Albrecht sort of...
Give me everything you have.
And then I try not to think about it.
Turned into an angel, is it... Huh. I never thought about it that way. Okay, yeah, I knew that he was doing the music stuff, but I wasn't sure if that was, like, still his sort of current project or not.
Albrecht's work.
Oh, I'm 1,000 off. Are we for real? Are we for real? I'm sorry, Universal Medallion.
We appreciate it. Company is always welcome down here.
Well,
Let me know if what do these do?
hello, bird. Can I have your red? Thank you.
Oh, I love this bit. Bye-bye now.
Force EDA. Okay, I'm trying to catch up a little bit. He is done. He's completely disappeared. If you mean Retalius, yeah, I know that he, like, quit the game. It seems like there's talk of BNP making a comeback. I feel like him leaving was probably the best thing he could have done for himself at the time. Considering the fact that he quit the internet. Oh, okay. But for AGGP, like, I feel like at the time that he left, it was clear that he was just, like, sick of the game. And so I hope that if he returns, it's not because he feels like he has to. But I guess we'll see. Yellow and red shard. You want to see my shard quantities. You want to see what the Cool Kid 369 Enterprise is working with here. I have so many yellows, the UI doesn't store them correctly. We're fucking up. You have so many reds. I need more reds. This isn't enough. I have 24 Tau Forged blues. I only have this few Tau Forged yellows because I try and make basically all of my yellows Tau Forged. But I only really bother with it when I'm actually doing things. Or sorry, it's not fuse anymore. I forgot. Nope, no, give me that. Thank you. Here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. We'll just upgrade the shards that I already had. The 3 shields are realistically not optimal. I just cannot be asked to make anything better. Give him more shield capacity, and we'll call it a day. It's fine. About the Ice Storm thing from earlier, do tell. I feel so inadequate now. I have been getting shards basically at every opportunity since launch. So, I mean, I've been, you know, amassing these things for like 3 years. Last one was 3 weeks ago? Really? I didn't know that they still made Warframe videos. It was like a year ago? Yeah, real shit. That don't possess any cold stacks? Huh. That's weird. Alright, what bullshit do I have going on in Hulvania? I think I did my Netra sell already. I'd have to check, though. Okay, Kaya, what do you have for me this week?
Got a set of crisis events lined up for you. Make sure we get
I'll scrub Legasite Harvests. I feel like, realistically, my best option's probably Octavia, but I kind of want to use Atlas. I'm at the point where I don't really care for the final picks chip reward that much, but I should probably still go for it. Because I've maxed out all my arcanes, so now my goal is to finish all of the Peely picks. That's my objective.
And Minerva are ready when you are. Stand by for temporal shenanigans.
Gave me anxiety? I'm sorry. I'll tone it down. I have Ceto. That's goated. I do love Ceto. I clicked on the wrong slot and started typing it in. That's not where you'd find that. Thank you for the 2. I'm not sure if I would pronounce your name Jesus or Jesus. Oh my god, wait, it actually is Jesus Christ. I looked at the profile picture. Because your last name is Christopher, I didn't catch the joke right away. Heard you were talking shit. Have fun in hell, bozo. Jesus, are you a boobs man or an ass man? Answer the question, please. What kind of car do you drive as well? That's also important. Tatu Sarah, I don't have a good Orthos, I don't think. Oh, I formatted it and then just never re-leveled it. I like Cyanex too. We can grab that. And then I have to do... Yeah, this is the one that I normally use. And then I can also switch my focus school back. Normally I don't use Zenarek. I use Naramon, but I feel like it might be better to have Zenarek for this type of environment. Actually, no, we'll take Naramon. Give me my balls back. Cool dog, I'm sorry, but the best I could do was resurrecting you. Is gonna be good. It seems really cool that we're getting another sniper rifle, honestly.
I cannot pull you out without the whole run going to hell.
In terms of comments, it's been a little bit mixed, but better than I expected. I'd say overall it went well. Hostile Regen and Vampiric Luminous, that's a little bit cringe. For 2, we have Growth Hormones. I honestly should probably just, like, stack... I should probably just stack self-revive, you know, tactics, but... You know, here, we'll throw on high score. And then we'll grab... What's the one I'm thinking of? It's the one that never actually works. The Minerva and Velemir Revive You one. I could just search for it. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, never mind. Maybe I can't? Can I not just search by description? What the fuck is it called? Panic Call. Jesus. I'm having a moment. Anyways. Jesus, how's your amp? In the old piece. I don't know how well that would work considering what Gauss's feet look like, but... You know, I appreciate the enthusiasm, at least. When are you not having a moment? That's true, actually. I just say that so that people assume that, you know, there are times where I'm not like this. It's not true, but... I can't have them knowing that. Hold on. Ammo deficit is going to be kind of shitty, considering I have to rely on it. These modifiers all kind of suck, but... You know, it is what it is.
Because I refactor the Hales conjecture to reflect
Powerless stops you from using the Atomocycle abilities, too?
Periodic table, and I was like, you're so stupid.
That probably crashed my bitrate for a second.
Reading Hellscrub Towers ahead. We'll proceed as if
I received a comment telling me that the Minerva and Velimir dialogue thing was intentional, and I would just like to say, no, it's not. If you go into a mission, like, right there, Minerva made a direct reference to being in the mission, but she's not. Also, this modifier is kind of annoying. Just in my humble opinion, this modifier is kind of annoying. I'm just going to kind of let my Spectres do their thing, and I'm going to focus on trashing these until I'm able to safely just get rid of the tower. Typically, my strategy with Sporogenesis is to just, like, pop them until I'm below 70-ish%, and then just pop the towers with the, and, you know, further Genesis's, Genocide, whatever, so that they don't spawn. That's the objective. You throw down a Stalker, Clem, he's gonna Lancer Spectre in here, I'm gonna die. Okay, if I'm going to try and kill the Babao, I definitely want my abilities, so we're gonna hold off on that for a little bit longer. Oh, or he'll just show up. Hi. Alright. Jump him? I guess that's the best thing I can do right now. Oh, right, because I have... Yep, I'm just going to pop this. I've got 2 towers, so we're going to have double the, Gonna have double the spawn spots. That shit was terrifying? Yeah, fair enough. Have fun gaming. Thank you for stopping by, because I hope you enjoy your ice cream. Okay, I don't even know what that was. This, honestly, this underground area is fucking dog shit. The way that all of these, like, Sporogenesis pods are hidden, I'm popping that just so I don't have to deal with this shit anymore. Again, I'm sorry if I'm not reading the chat. I'm trying to use my brain for this. Ooh, not one of those. Not one of those things. Fucking hell. Of course it's the other way. Okay, hold on. Where is this bastard? I need one more kill. This is probably... Okay, he's way too far out. I'm not chasing him. It's way too fucking risky. Guess we're gonna have to play the rest of the mission legit, but I cannot leave a tower unattended for that long. In my opinion, I personally disagree. Like, Fellarx is also an incredibly powerful weapon, don't get me wrong, but I like Cedo a lot. I like its disc mechanic, it's got built-in condition overload. Now he's over here, I guess? What the fuck? Okay, hold on. Beat this guy's ass real quick. 15-second viral proc, don't remember asking. 14 damage per punch on a character that normally can hit enemies for millions because damage attenuation is a normal and balanced mechanic. Can I petrify you? Well, I wasn't facing the right way. No. Okay, he has the bug. Well, sometimes I wonder if it's even worth it, bro. Oh, I'm gonna die. Oh, that was so bad. I am so lucky I did not get killed for that. Yeah, this Babao has the bug, I believe, where he... Oh, wait, no, okay, it wore off. Yeah, for those who don't know, there is a bug. Where...
You detect one of your little
oh, he got revived. Oh, I'm getting shocked.
In the timeline?
You ever written, like, so hard that you could
I love your streams. I mean, thanks for stopping by, but yeah, I do generally stream at pretty weird hours.
But with time.
Just gotta pop these. I'll probably just pop the next one as soon as it shows up, just to minimize the amount of spores. Grab it right away. Vazarin Crutch. I'm not actually using Vazarin. I just instinctively dashed through myself because I was using it earlier. Nope. Get away from me. Nope. Not a fan. Do not like. Gonna be a little bit rough with the amount of Eximus units that spawn because I can't petrify them very easily. But yeah, see, I'm hitting the, like, look, compared to the Babao, look at this. Compared to how much damage I was hitting the Babao for, do you see these fucking numbers, bro? This shit sucks. Where is he? I see his icon down here. Okay, now the waypoint system in this game is just leading me on a fucking wild goose chase. Is he even in here? Where is bro? What the actual fuck? Okay, I guess we have to go this way for the next one anyways. We'll just pick this up on the way, right? Might as well. Oh yeah, if someone was asking about the bug, I kind of lost my train of thought while talking about it. There's a bug where attenuation never stops scaling. This affects Babaus and Necromechs, and it is incredibly annoying. Because it lowers you down to amounts of damage that are so low, you might as well not be attacking the enemy at that point. Oh, right, it spawned, so we're going to have no new spores. Nope. Why'd you subsume over rumblers? I didn't. I literally used them about a minute ago. I'm not using them right now because I have constricted on and I want to conserve my energy for pillage primarily, but I've subsumed over landslide. I'm not currently using the rumbler's augment either. I'll say that much. Does he have the bug, or does he just have a shit zillion health? Oh, something's fucking healing him! Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I was panicking there, because I was not remembering what my survivability button was. I think there's a spore in here somewhere. Up? What the fuck? Oh, that's not a nice spot. Let's go with the Rumbled Augment. Rumbled is... Huh? I was looking at chat and got jumped by the Toxin Eximus. Oh, Call's gonna steal it. Call, no! Call robbed me. Good thing it's only the first mission, at least. But, yeah, Call robbed me. This is what I get for trying to interact with my viewership while doing a live stream. It's over. Yeah, Call's gonna take it all. Shut the fuck up, Kaya.
Media have to be so hard.
Yeah, I looked over at my chat, and one of the Toxin Eximus, I think, like, jumped down the overhang or something and landed right on top of me. Well, I guess I've learned my lesson.
Okay.
Don't have fun.
Ready, because once you're locked in,
Equip all the self-revive ones and be safe. Is a bit much. Yeah, I think Atlas's 3 is pretty expensive for what it provides. Question mark image. That's how it feels sometimes. Toxin Eximus units are so incredibly threatening.
my 10th grade science teacher tried to fail me because I refactored the Hales conjecture to reflect non-deterministic modalities. And she was all like, we're learning the periodic table. And I was like, you're so stupid.
Hello, Kaya.
I'm pretty sure that this is going to be the same as before.
We'll proceed as if that's
It's
the
fucked
plan.
instead. That's the thing, honestly. Like, doing content like this on stream, like I said, normally I don't, but I have to do it this week, and I kind of wanted to talk about stuff. But doing content like this on stream fucking sucks, purely because it's difficult to, like, focus on. Because, like, generally speaking, if I die, it's not a huge deal. But in Archimedia, it is a massive inconvenience. I don't want to pop this early, but this room is just dog shit. The amount of areas that these can spawn is not nice. Not a fan. What is smacking me? You know what? Unironically, dude, fuck it. We're 1 minute in, and I'm just gonna get rid of this. Nope, not this way. He hates us. I mean, I'm pretty sure at this point that my chat hates me, but I need my chat members. I need to have them around so that, you know, I can feel like I have friends in my life. Where the fuck? I was gonna say, I saw another one on the map. Oh, there's an... Oh, that was a Toxin Eximus. Dude, why did this have to be a hell, or like a fucking Tekrot one, dude? Onto sleep? I'll make sure to scream really loud to wake you up. Sorry. Anyways, these underground tiles are so shit for sporogenesis because you have to do all this, like, navigating to find them, and they spawn in such weird areas. Are Colin the gang even still alive? Let me just deploy a few more dudes. Just to get some help. Yeah, we can even bring on Call Crew in, right? I did not mean to equip that. That was the... I'm actually fucking losing my mind right now. Hold the phone. Where is he? There he is. Gotta rush past the Luminous real quick. The spores are building up. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm ignoring the chat so I can lock in. You guys are gonna have to give me a minute. I'd rather not have to do this boring-ass mission type again. I didn't complain about this modifier because I don't think it's bad in concept. Or at least in the video I didn't complain about it because I don't think it's bad in concept. But in these underground areas, damn, this shit is annoying as fuck. At least when you break the pods, they have a chance to drop some of the life support. So it's not all bad, but... Oh, there's 2 of them active now. Yeah, I'm burning one of them. When you're playing solo, I feel like it's really bad to have more than one active just because now you're dealing with, like, so much. In terms of, you know, like the spore spawn rate, that it's like, yeah, no. If you're gonna have any active, it's gotta be one at a time. Ooh, the Luminous are back. Okay, sweet. Just, I have to use my advanced movement. I got a wave dash. Oh, okay, sweet. My abilities are unlocked. So this room's pretty ass. Not really a fan. Excuse me, everyone. Throw that out there. Like, I gotta remember that my survivability button is no longer Vazarin. Wave cringing. True. I just have to remain on alert for the little bastards that will toxin proc me and cause my instant death. I do have Slippery Customer. I have 1 freebie if I stop paying attention. I got 1 freebie.
Let me get this straight. You detect one of your little stickers on a hell scrubber, and you can use that to track changes in the timeline?
You ever written, like, so hard that you could still read what you wrote 4 pages down in your notebook? Healy picks are like that, but with time.
Kill the Mark Babao, and we have 2 towers active. Not really worth burning one right now because I just don't have the... I haven't lost enough life support for it to really matter, but normally I still try and pick them up when it would be useful. Which is, you know, below 70. Pardon. Ooh! That was almost really bad. I love enemies that one-shot the player for being close to them and then putting them in an environment where the player can hardly see what's happening. Could you maybe die? Thank you. Where? Yep. Oh, there's one. There's one. Oh, there's so many spores active. I see so many on the mini-map, but the waypoint system is struggling to point me to them accurately. Almost getting to the point where I'm just gonna burn a tower, I think, to, you know, like Bush. Sorry, it's too soon. Anyways. Oh, there's 3 active now? No, I gotta ice them. I gotta ice at least 1. Not the greatest threat. In this environment, no, it's, in my opinion, it's easily the Toxin Eximus. Honestly, just in general, I think the Toxin Eximus are the most threatening. Because it's literally just if they step near you, you die. And keeping your distance from them is not always really possible. Especially if they jump you from, like, around a corner or something. Then you have no time to react. 3 minutes left. I think I'm doing okay. The spores do make this dicey, though. It's a lot harder to kind of estimate how much you've got left. Excuse me. Just passing through. My specters are kind of just, like, doing the killing for me, because I gotta focus on these. Thank God that, next is, yeah, Legasite. But thank God that Gear Embargo hasn't been active for the last couple weeks. Gear Embargo is one of the worst modifiers you can get if you're playing solo, in my opinion, just because specters are so helpful in this type of environment. Because they can give you, you know, a little bit of the use that a teammate could give you. But we're getting a third one that's 100 meters away. I don't know if that's workable. I might just have to, like, ice both of these and run off. Because I might start losing too much. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna start breaking or popping these, and then I'm gonna get moving. Once this one's done. Because that's going to build up spores, and I need to make sure that I'm on top of that. And it's too far away to manage them from both rooms, so... That's one of the weird things about this modifier. Like, it's kind of neat, but... Oh, wait, no, it's right here. Okay, well then that was probably not super necessary. Whatever. Fuck it, we're clearing out this room. This is early, but I don't really care. I need to get out of here. Ooh, that was a Luminous. He nicked me there, but I think I'm fine. So I just break whatever spores I can find in this room still, and then get out. That's going to be my strategy. I will say that I do actually think that, like, this modifier does a great job of really making you approach the mode differently, which I do really like. It's just that I can't navigate this godforsaken place half the time. And they put the spores in such, like, shitty spots. Where's the one that's up here? Oh, there it is. Okay, now we're gonna lock in on this tower. He's gonna be my focus. No Bap-Out. He's too far away. He's too off the main track. Like, he's far out enough that I have to go out of my way to kill him. Ooh, no. Nope. Not that way. Just kidding. I've only got 15 seconds left, but I'm losing my life support really fucking fast. And this area is such a mess. Dude, fuck it. You know what? Actually, we're fine. We're fine. Yep, I was gonna say. Main goal is just gonna be getting the fuck out of here. I am bouncing off. Okay, the amount of close calls I've had with Toxin Eximus units this match is actually kind of fucking crazy. And finally have a moment to actually look at my chat and focus on it once I'm in the extract screen. I looked at my chat, just glanced at it, and I just saw Lababao. Okay, maybe I shouldn't look at my chat, actually. Okay, what fucking direction do you want me to go, brother? Through here? Okay. Normal mission nodes. I honestly think that having, like, Archimedia mission modifiers... Oh, so there was actually, for randomness difficulty, there was some suggestions that I actually thought were really cool about how Destiny does its modifier system, where Destiny will have different modifiers that are different, like, point values for difficulty, and you get different rewards based on how high of a threshold you reach, but you can mix and match the modifiers however you want, which I think would be really cool. If we had a system in Warframe that's similar, where, like, you can only mix and match certain, or, like, you have a bunch of modifiers you can pull from, and you can mix and match them in any way that you want to achieve that result.
This is a perfect opportunity to harvest Legasites under test conditions.
In under a second. It's some rough shit.
Couldn't you go down to the stream and poke frog spawn like a normal kid? Jeez.
Thank you, Velimir. Okay. We have to spawn the posse, everyone. You're gonna have to give me a minute. We gotta get the crew. I accidentally clicked out of my game window there. Alright, Kalimus. It's on. Because, yeah, we have growth hormones, which is gonna be fucked. Me and my goons. And then we have Robin, and she's the resident gooner. But these are just the regular goons. I like how, like, okay, question. Do cats normally do this? I don't own a cat. Can cats normally do this? Any cat owners in chat, can you guys let me know? I like how he still does the 4, like, pulse of overguard thing, but that's not how allied Protector Ancients work. They don't give you overguard, they give you damage redirection. They can? Mine doesn't when he's hungry? Okay, good to know. Did he have bolstered? Okay, no, it's Entanglement and Corrupted Flesh. I was like, what the fuck? Oh, Corrupted Flesh is actually really bad for me, though. Because Spectres will stand in it. They don't know how to avoid it. Oh, that's not good. Entanglement's also really annoying. And yeah, 24-second Corrosive proc because of Hypersensitive. Only on Thursday. I'm just glad that this week was, again, no Gear Embargo and no Transference Distortion. Transference Distortion was last week, but I honestly got really lucky. I got Araxia, who was able to duck both Transference Distortion and Powerless pretty easily. The problem, of course, was there was a bug where Flare would instantly die in the last mission, so they had to tweak it, and they pulled Powerless from the pool as well and swapped it out for something else. I'm not going to actually, like, speed this up. I want to get my abilities before we fight the first Legocyte. I'm a little nervous about the tank. He is kind of a bitch, and I don't really have an... I don't think I can armor strip him with Pillage. 6 more, okay. 8 Transference Distortion. I think it is the most oppressive modifier by far. Like, I kind of outlined this in the randomness is difficulty video, but I think that, like, it just does way too much for one modifier. It locks you out of so many things. Okay, you know what? Nah, I'm not even gonna bother picking any more up. Alright, homeboys, it's time we beat some ass. Oh, the Corrosive procs and the Entanglement. I'm so slow. Beat his ass. 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 You just fucking commit. 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 I'm invincible. If he's called invincible, why can I still see him? I do not care. I do not care. I do not care. Dude, I fucking love Atlas just because you can do shit like that. Like, you have an Acolyte start talking shit, and then they start wailing on you, and you're just sitting there mashing one just like, I do not care. I do not care. It's so good. I am stuck in the ceiling. It's so funny. I'm not even building up my my passive augment. I could be getting double the damage that I'm getting now if I did, but I want to conserve my energy for pillage as much as possible with dual tots. That's just, dude, that's just the Atlas lifestyle. Look at these fucking damage numbers. Yeah, see how, like, almost all of my Spectres are dead? That's because of Corrupted Flesh. They'll just stand in it. They don't know how to avoid it. Yeah. See, they're just rapidly taking damage. I'm sorry, Call. The power of Ra? Exactly. Okay, this is very tangentially related, but does anyone else feel like Goofy Goober Rock from the first SpongeBob movie goes way harder than it should? Like, that song actually hits. Give me that. Goes into... Yeah, I know, right? Dude, I love the first SpongeBob movie. Okay, Kalimos? I was gonna say, please take the thing. I don't want it no more. Ow. You can have this too. Peace offering. They just changed the lyrics. I mean, even so, though, the vocal performance from Mr. Bob, Mr. SquarePants, goes crazy. Kalimos gets treats. Yeah, Kavat can have a little bit of pheromone gland as a treat. What is that noise? Kalimos? Kalimos, there's nothing near you. I was gonna say, what are you mad about? In fishnets? I believe so, yes. Like, this is gonna be like the most boomer-ass take you all are gonna hear from me, so I'm just warning you now. The SpongeBob movie was the peak of SpongeBob. After, like, the 3rd or 4th season of the show, that shit fell off a cliff. I watched, like, Sponge Out of Water and stuff, like, when they came out, so I was in, like, high school at the time. Nothing holds a candle to OG SpongeBob for me. I just got Theros Strike. No, 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 no. Don't care, don't care, don't care. Fight back! Fight back! Was rock bottom? Yeah, deadass. Oldest. Yeah, like I said, it's a boomer-ass take. I don't think it's particularly offensive either. I loved OG SpongeBob. My mom bought the first 3 seasons on VHS. I watched that shit all the time as a kid. You know, okay, we're pivoting, okay? We're pivoting a little bit. This is tangentially related. You guys know childhood traumas? I think it was like Blame It on Jorge was one of the people that helped start that as like a thing on YouTube. People will talk about their childhood traumas. You want to know? I have what I honestly think might be the dumbest childhood trauma possible. You guys want to know what I was afraid of as a kid? You want to know what really kept me up at night as a kid? Has anyone here seen the Larry Boy movie about the rumor weed? You guys know the rumor weed from fucking VeggieTales? As a kid, I was scared of the rumor weed. I bring this up because my brother Holton was afraid of the Strangler episode of SpongeBob, which is what made me think of that. I wasn't, but he was. Never heard of it. I hated that movie. Look, I think that if you didn't grow up Christian, you probably didn't watch much of VeggieTales. Because VeggieTales is, you know, a Christian show, but the rumor weed. The Strangler is fair. I mean, I can see that one. There's also the episode with the butterfly. I could see being scared of the butterfly episode, too. Because it scared me? Damn. I was like 12 years old. I mean, okay, that's like a reasonable thing to be scared of, though, right? Being scared of the rumor weed's fucking stupid. I'm more than willing to admit that that was fucking stupid. When I was 10? Damn. What made you afraid of the weed? Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I remember. Because, like, you have to keep in mind, I was like 7 when I was afraid of the rumor weed. But at the same time, I do remember why I was scared of it. Something about its voice bothered me. That was the thing as a kid that bothered me the most. I was afraid of its voice. Like, everything about it upset me for whatever reason, but it was specifically the voice that really got to me. Like, dude, when I was a kid, this bothered me so much, I'd have nightmares about the fucking rumor weed from VeggieTales. I should do a movie night in the Discord of the rumor weed. I'll be overcoming my fears with my Discord members. Nah, the rumor weed, full disclosure, that shit is not scary. I was just a pussy. That would go hard, perhaps. I'm still scared of things today that, like, most people probably shouldn't be scared of, at least not to the extent that I am. But not the rumor weed. Speaking of things that are frightening, so I mentioned earlier I'm going to be moving in about 3 weeks, and I'm working on preparation stuff for that. So I bit the bullet of going through my closet. I'm the kind of person who saves, like, every box for every product I've ever purchased. But there was a ton of stuff in there that I had to go through and get rid of, because a lot of that stuff I didn't have anymore. I didn't really need a box for the move. But there is a couple of very important boxes in my closet. One of the big ones being my PC case, because I was going to transport my PC in that, right? So I'm going through my closet. I saved that box for last, because there's a bunch of other stuff in the box that I'm going to have to get through. And I'm going through the box, right? I grab it, and I lift part of it up, like one of the flaps on the box over. And there is probably the largest spider I have ever seen in my fucking life. And not only is there this giant spider, but as I discovered later when my brother Hunter came to help evaluate the situation for me, because I was unnerved, I'll put it that way. The spider was also escorted by a cohort of, like, 50 or 60 children. So not only was it, like, this giant-ass wolf spider, it was also, like, 60 baby spiders. So needless to say, the most important box for me to save got thrown away. So I need to find a way to transport my PC, because now the box I was going to transport it in is gone forever. Her song was kind of catchy. If you mean the rumor weed, I'm inclined to agree. Get the flamethrower? Genuinely. My main concern at first was I didn't know what kind of spider it was, and there are some spiders that are really, really dangerous. But I'm pretty sure it was a wolf spider.
Yeah, I think we can oblige.
Gently scoop and relocate? If you think I'm going to try relocating a spider that is sitting there with its, fucking, like, 60 children, and that spider is, like, fucking 4 inches in diameter? No! I'm sorry, I'm not doing that. for moving PCs. IKEAs aren't actually a thing where I live. I've ordered like a thing of bubble wrap to help secure it, but I don't know what I'm going to secure it in. I'm gonna try and just farm some kills before I get too locked in. Oh, is myopic munitions here? Ooh, that's a little shitty. I'm gonna have to use my built-in prime sure-footed. Also scared of crabs? I don't think so. Like, I will say this. I am not, like, full-on arachnophobic, but I do not like spiders. And there's one major reason for that. It's not their appearance or anything like that. It's the way they move. Spiders are so freakishly fast for their size. That's the thing that creeps me out about them. The way they move, how many legs they have, that's the part that bothers me. The way they look, I don't care that much, right? But the way they move freaks me the fuck out. And yes, you're completely allowed to make fun of me for this. I'm not so afraid of them that I can't, like, look at pictures of them without feeling uncomfortable or see them in a video game or something. That's perfectly fine. But the way they move freaks me out. And kind of as a general rule, if any bug climbs on me, I do not like that shit. As a spider, you just broke my heart. I'm sorry, Zert. I'm sorry. Spiders are chill. It depends on the spider. I think there are some spiders that are fairly chill, but arachnophobia in 2025? Look, I support spiders getting married. They can't move faster than a bullet? You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. That also, I'm used to dodging bullets on, like, my way to work. Call is playing in the sludge. Call, get out of the sludge, brother! Do not bathe in the sludge. Without me willing? Yeah, fair enough. The really thin spiders? Yeah, those ones are fine. Like, what people call them daddy long leg? I don't know why they have such a freaky-ass title, to be honest with you. But, they're fine, right? Those ones don't bother me. The main thing is here in the Midwest, you have to be wary of things like the brown recluse. That's the type of shit where it's like, even if there's a chance, no matter how slim, that this spider could do that to me, like, listen here, okay? Listen, this is the reason that you have to be wary of these things. If there is a spider that has a bite that you could have a severe reaction to, in the United States, you don't have any way to go get healthcare for it, right? You don't have any way to go to the doctor if you get bit and, like, your arm starts rotting off because a fucking brown recluse bit you. So, it's not worth risking. It's not worth risking. Is who you call when you see it? I'm just gonna believe you. Nope. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, so there's some things where it's just like, dude, I could not survive in Australia. I could not survive there. I saw a video about the huntsman spider, like the one they have in Australia. Nope, couldn't do it. Couldn't fucking do it. Not only does Australia have loads of spiders that are fucking massive, they're also generally really, really threatening. Oh, ow. I shouldn't have done that. Wait. The what spider? Okay, the huntsman spider, the one in Australia, I believe is the largest spider in the world by leg span. They can get up to a foot across. I think that's terrifying. I don't know what else to say. That's just fucking terrifying. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to have used my built-in prime sure-footed and keep moving. You know, at least I do like this boss fight theme. I'm not even like a black metal fan necessarily. But I like the lyrics of Shut It Down. I think that they're fun. Myopic... Jesus, that was a voice crack. Myopic munitions on this boss is kind of sick and twisted. Paul, you're gonna die. I don't know how to tell you this. Did that not hit? No, it did not. That didn't hit either. Oh my god, I'm actually so washed. Holy shit. Oh, I do not like that. The fucking balloons, dude. Would this be worth it? Yes. Fuck it. I'm burning this RPG to get rid of the balloons. I hate these things. Okay, I think the other one just decided he was gonna fuck off, so that works. Gimme? I generally actually like this modifier, but fighting the tank like this, it's a little dodgy. Because I have to get so close to him, which is not normally how this works. I don't know, Generally, I don't mind the tank. He's not one of my favorite bosses necessarily, but I think he's fine. But the balloons are... Oh, that's a long-ass gas proc, too. Oh, that's rough. That didn't reach anyone. Oh, wait, no, it actually did. Okay, never mind. I spread misinformation. We're fine. I'm just gonna wait for the balloons to go away at this point. Fuck it. We're gonna play risky. We're gonna play fast and loose, just like... Actually, I can't make that joke on YouTube. Anyways, Oh, that was a lot of damage. Please don't hurt me. Oh. Why did I... Oh, I was like, why did I drop that? Duh, I pressed E to transfer back into my operator. I have strong muscle memory for pressing E instead of 5 to transference in, because it's faster. Very weird thing. If you press E to transfer back in, it's instant. If you press 5, there's a very... Yeah, that like brief half-second animation. Okay, now the entire floor is just the sludge, except for right next to the tank. Cool. Hey, can I have that? Can I have that? Thank you. You won't be needing it. Oh, he did not have armor to remove. Gimme, gimme. Oh, I'm in a really bad spot. We're just gonna try and move to survive, baby. I am locked in right now, okay? I'm flow state. Where is the boss, actually? What the... Oh! He's over there. I found him. What heal? Oh, right, the fucking grenades from the Barbican or whatever can heal you, can't they? That's so cringe. And 5 translate to... E is the melee attack button, and 5 is entering your operator. My least favorite. Yeah, the super boss version of the tank, I think, is probably the most annoying. Boar is kind of a close second. I love the fragmented one, though.
What did you do?
I like how Minerva just blames it on Velamir. Yes, it is. I like how he's just fucking red. I have the red version of this. Why are tanks so friend-shaped? Oh. Are they? Oh, shit. I fucked up. Oh, I fucked up big time. Wait, do we have... Okay, no, I was like, do we have reinforcements? No, duh, this is just part of the modifier. I forgot I was out of Cedo ammo. Oh! Jesus Christ! Is Jesus still here? I might need his help. Oh, I gotta be careful. I gotta lock in. I gotta actually pay attention. Yep, the miasmites are the thing I gotta be scared of. Genuinely. They are a huge threat. Where? I just gotta mark him at this point. Dude, I have to go so close, but he has so many melee attacks. This is actually a lot more annoying than I expected it to be. Do you think Jesus runs? That's a good question. Jesus abandoned us? That doesn't surprise me, actually. This chat doesn't... This chat needs Jesus, but it does not deserve him. You know what I'm saying? This chat may need Jesus, but it does not deserve him. Of course, there's a fucking dedicant in the play space. Get out of my house, please. Oh, jeez. Get launcher there. All of his like little explosive attacks are really the thing that's scaring me the most. Yeah, he got basically a full heal off of that too, didn't he? Shit. Wait, can I break the weak points from a distance? I just realized. Those aren't... Are those protected by myopic munitions? That has to die. So as soon as I saw that Toxin Eximus, it's like, oh, nuh-uh. I don't! Oh, this is actually huge. Okay, this is actually huge. I can just camp away from him. I like how when I petrified this guy, only his pants actually got petrified. Okay, he has the bug, doesn't he? Not fucking with that. Tower. Nope, that's gotta go. Bomb. Almost to his last health bar. From August 7th. Best of luck with your college endeavors. I am not not someone who has gone to college. Instead, I just do independent certifications and pretend that'll get me a job. Just like how college people pretend that that will get them a job. Oh, what? Hi. I don't. When did you get here? Fuck. He blocked it. He parried my ass. Okay, he's just... Wait, what the fuck? He's just not taking damage. Wait, do I have to be within myopic munitions range for it to be high enough that it moves him to the next phase? Get rid of the mucus spires. That's a big, big priority. I might have to be close enough that he actually, like... This is actually so ass. I have to get close to him, I think. But obviously that's not a great plan. There we go. Or not? Oh, wait, no. Okay, he's doing it now. I think I was right. I think I have to be close enough for that. Missed much? EDA, and we're at the last, last home stretch of ETA, but I'm not gonna call us safe quite yet. You know what? Where's my on-call crew? Get in here, brother. I need your help. Forever? Honestly, yeah, fair enough. I hate to hear that, but fair enough. I've just been working on, like, certification programs for, the things that I want to do, and I'll just hope that employers, think that they mean something. Unfortunately, though, certifications, while not as expensive as college, are still very expensive. Dropping $500 on an exam is a pretty big asking price, generally speaking. Then again, it's not, the, like, $8,000 you'd have to spend at college per semester, at least here in the U.S. That's just crazy expensive. I will not get political. I will not get political. Imagine dying after you beat the boss. It's happened to me before. No shot, it has happened to me before. I hit E. Whoops. Nope, give me that. Fortunately, if I'm not attacking him for a while, he'll build up a lot of the weak points, but... 3K annually to keep? Damn. As a cert or as, like, a college course? Because as a cert, that's fucking disgusting. Cert? A year, too. Holy shit. That's gross. Okay, I think I gotta hit him with one last shot up close. I have to give the tank back shots immediately. Oh, get fucked. Oh, get fucked. I'm taking that arcane, bitch. I'm glad it happened. I mean, yeah, that is grim, but you got the PC out of it, though.
Whatever you did, it settled the timeline right down. But why?
During Bleed Out, and you got revived. Nice. I actually, when I was doing Vor as Limbo, I failed one of my runs because I died after he died, and if you die even after the boss is dead, then you just don't get the reward. At least you didn't at the time. Maybe it's changed, but I was pissed, to put it lightly. If you can't pay. Oftentimes, certs require you to take update them now and again because of new knowledge. Can't get a job in this economy? That's fucked up. They can't be crit? Yeah. Grim as fuck. Why did I get pinged in Grattler, gang? What's happening? Oh, this is about the daddy longleg, the harvestman spider. Cool. Thank you for your knowledge. Alright, it's time to gamble. Do you guys like gambling?
See you forever.
It's time to gamble. What are we gonna get? What are we gonna get? Ooh, I finished my crushing chills. Nice.
Not just glittery nostalgia.
Gambling, gambling, gambling. Didn't even get an interview? Jesus. I got crushing chills again. That'll be, yeah, turned into a Pix chip. Walking on air is now 5. Cool, cool.
Hours of adhesive entertainment. Later, bestie.
Bestie? No, I will not be the gay best friend to Kaya. Okay. Sorry, I slid backwards to get out of my chair, and I unplugged my headphones. Let me plug those back in real quick. Anyways, I need to get up for a second, so you all can just, like, have fun for a minute or two here. Don't plot my downfall. I will be back shortly.
Operator, do you know which finger the corpus used to count their money? The index.
All right, everyone, I'm back. I certainly hope no plotting was going on. So what do the 3 dots mean? It's people being quiet. That's the gimmick. When I say that people can chat amongst themselves, they decide to be quiet so that I don't, nothing happens. I think, well, that was kind of shit. I didn't get any reds, but we got some stuff, I guess. Valkyr heirloom. I would buy this if I had the platinum, but I haven't been working on selling off various arcanes and stuff. I've been lazy about it. Like I said, with all the moving preparations, I haven't had a ton of time. That's why I'm doing this, on a Tuesday. Normally I try and do the reset as soon as it happens, but from here I should honestly probably just grind relics. I'm in need. Want plat. I do not require any handouts, so I appreciate it. Circle in your arsenal? Yeah, this is from Baruch's. How to plot as a graph? Fair enough. How's your Sion debt? It's looking pretty bad. Okay, just to show you all what I'm yapping about here. Don't have any, yeah, I also have gifts disabled. Like I said, I'm not I feel like when it comes to playing the game, generally speaking, I try to not accept things like that. I would prefer to get it myself. The exception being that Bayrat has been helping me with getting some of the Prophet Taker arcanes that I don't want to bother with getting myself because it's annoying. Look at this. I'm so close to finishing my Barrow collection, but the things that I still have left are so expensive. It's annoying. I want to knock out these 4 things, then we'll get a copy of, the remaining stuff, but I have 3-ish days to finish this. In Prophet Taker, I shouldn't have called them the Prophet Taker arcanes. The last of the Vox Solaris arcanes, specifically. I have 3 of those yet. Well, bye, Barrow. I have been telling myself I was going to finish my Barrow item collection for years, and now is my chance to actually do it. It's just really boring. What's even in the current rotation? Void Cascade? Oh my god, wait. Does this mean we can farm? Doing this solo would be extremely inefficient is the unfortunate reality, but I honestly feel like I should probably... How long has the stream been live for? Almost 2 hours? I think I should probably, we'll hang out for a bit and then I can call it. I should probably not do something like this solo, and it would just, waste my time. Selling off fully ranked up arcanes or unranked ones. If you mean selling off as in, trading to other players, I personally max them. They generally sell better that way, in my experience. 10% playtime on her? Fair enough. I don't think I'd use it over Gersemi. I like the heirloom, and, I would like to pick it up just for the stuff it has, like the Signa and the color palette and stuff like that, right? But I know I could just buy those separately, but look, I'm stubborn about these things, okay? But I really like Gersemi. It's funny that I named this, post-Tennocon edition, but we haven't really talked about Tennocon, at all. Raymond K Drive, congrats. That shit is a grind. I'm pretty sure I have everything done as well. Yeah, 787. The arcane market crashed. The Duviri arcane market is fine. That one hasn't crashed too much. Ones like Outburst and stuff are still pretty valuable. The Eidolon arcane market, yeah, absolutely crashed through the, through the floor. But the Duviri arcane market is fairly stable because people don't really... here's the thing with the Duviri arcanes, I guess. They're not that difficult to get, but they're annoying to get. Let me actually talk to Lloyd. I have a decent amount of Phosphor saved up. I'm looking at, yeah, about 7,000. What do I have that I could just, burn here? Crepuscular. You... A single? That doesn't sound right. You know what? Whatever. He can stay then. Fine. I try and mostly just sell off ones that are easy to obtain, because they generally don't sell great. I don't need you anymore. Don't need these. These are the big ticket things, right? Big 70 platinum max for Outburst? Really? I wonder if that's the case after they change the interactions with like exalted weapons. Blessing and Rise. Yeah, I don't need these. Eradicate, I don't need to keep. I try and hold on to a lot of these so that I can like give them to my friends if they need them. But if I can buy it with a currency, then generally speaking, I don't hang on to it. Because if they need it, I can just buy it for them or help them with that grind, you know, that way. Do I have a max melt? I do. Why do I have this? Whatever. How cold are you? I've made sure to keep all of the warmths I get. I think it's important.
Ah, a splendid result.
To pay off heirloom skins? Damn. An arsenal annoying? Huh. That's weird. I could gamble. How much could I buy with this? What are we thinking? 41. That's not terrible. When this update dropped, I opened like 150 because I had so many. Drop 2 million credits. A cool 2 million credits. Or 2017. I loved IQ Prime, dude.
I'll just put to better times ahead.
My beloved my beloved IQ Prime. It's the same for me with like Magnus. I don't really care what people say about certain weapons. I still fuck with this thing heavy, even if it's just a bow. Am I using an arrow skin? I am. Huh. The normal arrows do look kind of weird, I guess. The fact that we even have arrow skins in this game is weird to me, and most of them kind of suck. Huh. You know, this one's not too bad, actually. I just like the feel of that gun. Yeah, like, I make fun of my friend Phoenix for playing with meta items in this game, and I will say that, like, full disclosure, I don't think that, like, playing the meta is a bad thing. Like, if you like that, then play that way. So long as you're not disrupting other players' experience, I think it's totally fine. But generally speaking, whether or not I find something, like, fun is kind of irrelevant to its effectiveness. Like, I don't really use the Torrid Incarnate because I don't think it's a fun weapon. It's that kind of thing. It's unforgivable, true. Now, I will bully, you know, my friends when they bring in meta weapons because they think that they're good, but you're using, you know, Torrid or Dual Toxis or something like that. I will make fun of you for that shit. But, like, let me go to, let's just run or jump into, like, a Scaldra mission real quick. Shut up, I'm the GOAT. Phoenix, I watched you fail soloing that EDA 3 times in a row. Don't say shit. Don't say shit to me.
Your enemies have grown fierce. Use all that you have learned.
Okay. Check this shit out, dude. Oh, I just got jumped. Check this shit out. Let me build up some stacks. Yeah, look at that. Look at this fucking thing. Bomb. Dude, this... Well, that wasn't a headshot, but you get the point, right? I love IQ. Some people might be like, cool, kid, why don't you have any fire rate on it? And I actually like it being slow. I like the feel of it being like this heavy, like, warbow type thing. I also am using, I'm using Deadhead, but from my testing, it seems like Deadhead and Sharpshot were pretty comparable to each other. The benefit of Deadhead is that its headshot multiplier is multiplicative with other headshot multipliers, including Amalgam target acquired. I cannot speak. So the headshot multiplier of it, on top of the base damage, is just really valuable. That was not a headshot. I am tonight's biggest loser. There we go. I could have just gone for the backpack. That is a weak point. It's mid, true. From a bow? Yeah, pretty much. Never used it. Damn. Destiny just continuing to steal from Warframe. Seeing that puncture proc makes me so depressed. Like, a big blast proc, dopamine. Puncture proc, weeping. I don't care if it's slow. I hit a guy in the face and they explode for 27 million damage. Anti-KPM, it's over. Unfortunately, Synta exists. Like, I also want to say something with here as well. Just because there are weapons in this game that are better than others, doesn't mean that weapons aren't usable. You know what I mean? Like, weak KPM. And that's true. If you in certain environments, it's not as good. But I think that, like, generally speaking, even if there are better options out there, if you like something, generally speaking, there's nothing in this game you, like, can't use. I do think that, like, EDA and ETA, you run into problems with certain, especially weak weapons, because you can't play into, like, frame buffs and things like that, so you have to deal with that reality. But if you put your mind to it, if you really like a weapon, you can make pretty much whatever work. Sleeper shotgun. Exurgis is a banger. I don't think I have it on any of my loadouts right now, though. Yeah, I don't. Can't hit heads. Meta moment. On a bow to use. Lens is also a key. I think I have a lens ribbon that I bought off my friend Salus. What do I have on this? I don't think I've looked at this in a while. Got on that serration because we got primary frostbite. This is quite the gun. Hunter munitions. Abysmal dog shit? Hold on. I haven't done much with this. I wonder what else I could do these days with such a thing. I could put on Firestorm, but then I need another Forma, and that's kind of ass. I'm just gonna... Where is it? Magazine capacity? Based? Sorry, still has it. I think, yeah, some weapons still really benefit from Hunter munitions, but it's not as needed as it used to be, right? I could also probably put on primed cryo rounds. I'll have to just fucking throw the whole thing out at this point. My boy had Stug. And, like, his rotation for EDA, or, like, he just uses it? It's super reliable. Yeah, I've got, with this lens ribbon, I have 232.8%. And then, yeah, the 11.3 crit damage. We're out here balling, or whatever the kids say. Caliban Prime. I like the way he looks. He looks really cool. Good night, Vool Kid. Well, thank you for stopping by, Oatmeal. Are you missing something? Exurgis is just a really strong status spreader. I don't know if I've updated my build for this in a while, so you're going to have to bear with me. It's probably pretty bad. Yeah, it actually is. But this is correctable. Check it out. Where is it? Magnetic Strafe. There we go. Now it's good. The fire rate, I don't think is going to be too helpful, actually. But, you know, Blaze would actually probably work out better purely because it gives me more, heat weighting. What is this? Damage and status, chance of the cost of crit damage. I mean, that's pretty good, I guess. But yeah, the main thing is the status chance is massive. So you just shoot a guy and they take a shit ton of damage. Crux isn't... Actually, why do I have base damage from this? Why am I not using Vendetta? The way that this is structured is kind of sad. If you look at this and be like, cool, could Weiser build 6 Forma and look like this? I made mistakes. That's what happened. It was a 60% gas mod. Honestly, I really hope that they do give us a gas mod set. Like, if you want my opinion, of the combo elements, Blast, Viral, and Corrosive are fine. I don't think they need mod sets. I think that they're all good enough that you should have to invest 2 elementals into them. But Gas is niche enough that I think that it getting its own mod set would be huge for it. Especially because there are no gas mods for gas procs to scale off of, and they don't scale off of Heat and Toxin. But if we, grab a Toxin, or a gas mod set, rather, then now we're getting somewhere. Right now we're getting somewhere. We'll just go here. Something Higasa. Higasa not being multiplicative CO is so depressing. And then what, though? Honestly, that's a good question. I don't know why I'm still on Atlas for this. I guess it doesn't really matter.
It's been cut off. They're trying to choke you out. Hold on. I'm sending auxiliary.
Oh, that's my Cyanex. What the fuck am I doing? Can I actually hit the guy? Jesus. I just wanted to proc Vendetta. My shoulder pad is kind of blocking my field of vision, but, it's fine. I just can't aim, dude. Holy shit. Reduced critical damage is kind of hurting me with the Adarza Kavat, but... Am I actually below 1? I might be below. Fix Radiation. I don't think we have to redo the whole system. I do agree Radiation deserves a buff, though. It's not even necessarily bad, it's just so exceedingly niche. That's the thing. I don't think it's a bug. Like, Pablo even said on a dev stream that gas is, quote, very strong if you know how to use it, which... Kind of, but, like, gas suffers from some really stupid problems. For me, the big one is its cap. The fact that it's capped at 10 stacks is... just bad, if you want my opinion. Like, okay, so here's my thought process, right? So here, for those who don't know, here's how gas works. Gas is a DOT, so, it deals damage, but it's a multi-target DOT, so it deals damage to everything near it. It starts at 3 meters at 1 stack, and then scales up to 6 meters at 10 stacks. So the more stacks of gas you have, then the bigger the radius of the cloud is. The problem is, once you hit 10 stacks, every new stack you apply will replace the oldest stack. Which doesn't make any sense, because then you are hitting a damage ceiling super early. So, like, you want to have a high stack count for the radius, right? But the problem is, at the same time, you want to deal as much damage as possible and as few hits as possible, so you're not hitting the damage ceiling that early. So, gas works better in that context on things like the Daikyu or the Nataruk, but then you're only getting, like, 1 or 2 stacks, so you're missing out on range. And so I feel like because of that, outside of some very specific contexts, the rework to Blast kind of stole Gas's niche, because Blast's radius is 5 meters, so it's 1 meter smaller than Gas at its biggest, regardless of the stack count for Blast. And Blast has this mechanic where at 10 stacks... Okay, so here's how this works for Blast. When you trigger a Blast proc on an enemy, it stores 30% of the damage that was dealt on that hit in the Blast proc. Once you, so if the Blast proc naturally detonates after 1.5 seconds, it will deal that 30% damage. If you apply a new Blast proc, it will reset this timer. Here's the thing, though. If you reach 10 Blast procs, then all of the stacks are consumed and deal damage instantly, and they deal 300% damage. This also happens if you kill an enemy and they have a Blast proc active. So, the Blast procs individually deal 10 times more damage if you kill an enemy with the Blast proc active, or reach that stack amount. So Blast is very good on rapid-fire weapons, because you can spam reach 10 stacks, and it's really good on slow-firing weapons like Daikyu, because you can kill them for that damage bonus instantly. So it's like, Gas's niche just kind of got stolen out from under it, which I think is really weird. So there are certain contexts where gas is really, really good. Like, one of them is Lavos' 4. Lavos' 4 hits huge damage numbers if the enemies have a lot of status effects. So with gas, you can leave a large lingering like ring around you of that proc. And you can also use things like Sickening Pulse and stuff with that too. Gara's Shattered Lash is another good example. If you use it with Afflictions, because the hold version knocks enemies down, the gas proc can get up to 7 stacks pretty much immediately. And with that, you can have a much larger radius. So, like, things, like, in general, weapons that can utilize Afflictions are really good with gas, if it can trigger the gas proc, because you can leave a larger lingering zone and have that higher stack count, which is valuable. And yes, gas can hit weak points, as can electric. Single target DOTs cannot hit enemy weak points, but multi-target DOTs can. Any Tennocon opinions? I'm quite excited for what we're going to get. I'm a little annoyed that we're in the whole unannounced 2025 update bullshit again, to be honest. I wish they'd actually just tell us. Like, the Tenno live stage was legitimately an hour of random shit and then 30 minutes of actual content, which was a little bit annoying, but I'm looking forward to it. We just don't really know that much at the moment, so kind of just waiting to see from there. Simply brute force the cap. Nova Umbral has told me about that strategy, so I'm familiar with it, but I haven't really used it myself. Shenanigans like electric? I'm not entirely sure. I would assume it does, because I know that that's a big part of, like, a big thing with Zephyr is gas, because it creates a feedback loop with the tornadoes. I'd imagine that's probably part of that interaction too, but I don't know off the top of my head. Instead of just healing it. I guess we'll have to see. Nun Whisper Twink Harrow. I wouldn't call the new Harrow a twink. He seems pretty well built. But yeah, I also realized, like, I was very confused about the lore of things during Tennocon, but as I've thought about it, I think that I kind of have an idea in my head of what happened. Because I was like, well, we never reached Tau, so what's going on here? But I realized I was just not right. There is a very obscure piece of lore in this game that proves that the Oregon actually did reach Tau, it just wasn't the Zeramin that did. Many of you probably already know about this, but if we go to Universe, this is why people don't know about this. This is where you find this lore fragment. Mag Prime. Of all things, Mag Prime has an entry in the Codex. She's one of 4 Warframes with an attached lore entry. So, most people don't know about this, because why would you ever look here? But this description is from, like, the perspective of a Dax who meets a Warframe, and it takes place in Tau during the war. So, we did reach Tau, it just wasn't the Zeramin that did. It's Mag Prime, Rhino Prime, Excalibur, and Ember Prime. Those 4 all have entries tied to them. So, I think, here's what I think in my head, right? Because how I originally thought the old war went was that we sent the Sentients to Tau. The Sentients, gained a sentience while they were on their way, realized the Orokin would try to destroy them, and they came back to preemptively destroy the Orokin first. That was what I thought had happened. But I think that what probably actually happened looks more like this. I think that, the first part of that's still right. We sent the Sentients to Tau. We didn't make it there. So the Zeramin incident and all that stuff happened, and we went to Tau at a later point. So the Zeramin accident happens and all that shit, but we still go to Tau. It just wasn't a colony ship. I'm guessing the Orokin might have gotten suspicious that the Sentients hadn't reported anything back, and so they had sent out, more conventional ships there or something like that. But somehow the Orokin arrive at Tau, found out the Sentients were chilling out there and didn't really feel like giving it to us, and they waged war on them. Sort of my thought process here is this is the first half of the old war, is the war in Tau. And then we arrive at a treaty during the old peace for a temporary amount of time, and then some event breaks this peace and begins the second half of the war, where the Sentients start to win so much they push us back into the Origin system, which is why Hunhao is on Uranus and there are all the fragments and relics from that era. So that's sort of my thought process now, is I think that makes the most sense, in my head at least, is there was a first half of the war in Tau, and then a second half of the war in the Origin system. Because I was also confused. I think it's in the Stalker Codex entry. Let me look. Oh yeah, another weird thing, by the way. Stalker also has a Codex entry. I think... Let me look here. Da-da-da. Yeah, so this entry kind of makes it seem like the slaughter at the Terminus happened right after the end of the Old War, which was also part of why I was confused. Because if you look here, I'll just read this. The Tenno appeared at the Terminus, gleaming and victorious. Our cold and gold emperors, breathless, bathed you in Savior's silk. Then came the sound. Across all our worlds, all at once, the ceremonial Naga drums. A royal salute to the honored Tenno. 10 solemn beats to declare the suffering was over. I watched from a distance with the rest of the Low Guardians. With each beat, terror began to crush my throat. The Tenno were not stoic and silent. They were waiting. They were poised. I tried to call out, but only a strangled whisper escaped. By the ninth beat... when the ninth beat... I cannot speak, holy shit. When the ninth beat rang, a torrent of blood filled the stadium, loosed by Tenno blades. The drums, the Empire, fell silent forever. Now I hunt, dividing your numbers. Watching from that dark place, cataloging your sins. I am the ghost of retribution. You may forget, but you are not innocent. So, barring the fact that I stumbled over my words like 30 times, these lines, gleaming and victorious, and declare the suffering was over, seem to imply to me this ceremony that marked the fall of the Empire was shortly after the end of the Old War. But if there was an old peace that was the end of the war, that couldn't have happened. So I think that it makes the most sense logically that there was Old War Part 1 in Tau, Old Peace, and then Old War Part 2 in the Origin system. I think that's what happened. That, to me, that makes the most sense at the very least. I guess we'll probably, you know, find out in the quest, but... for no reason at all. People have actually been requesting that for a super long time, surprisingly enough. So his plans can continue. Honestly, I think that there is a lot of credence to the idea that Ballas or some Orican executor, at the very least, are starting the Separatist faction deliberately, so that they can have, like, a plausible deniability for still wanting to claim Tau for themselves. Was the pact-breaking event? I don't think that would be the case. Because, like, if the Tenno slaughter at the Terminus was the event that broke the pact, then the Orican Empire was over at the time that the Sentients invaded. And I don't think that that would make sense. They wouldn't use Tuval instead. Honestly, I think it's probably going to be Ballas, but into the Orican system. Well, here's the thing. If the Orican are gone, then who is threatening their existence in Tau? It seems like the only real reason the war happened was because the Orican wanted Tau, and I'm guessing in, you know, Old War Part 2, the Sentients probably realized that the Orican cannot be left alive or they'll try and take it from them. I guess we'll see, but I think that it would make less sense for the slaughter at the Terminus to be in the middle of that. Because if the Orican Empire fell and then the Sentients then invaded the Origin system, I mean, first, who stopped them? Because it seems pretty strongly implied the Tenno disappeared very shortly after the fall of the Empire. And two, what incentive do they have to invade our system? We'll learn from this update. I guess we'll have to see. That broke the peace. I think that, honestly, there's probably a pretty strong link there, is that after the end of the Old War, what's the incentive for the New War? Well, the Sentients come back because of Ballas, right? He's in charge still, and it seems implied that a big part of why that happens is because Ballas wants absolute control. I'll admit, I think that a lot of that stuff is kind of forced, but it is what it is. With Ballas in the New War, I think that a lot of it comes down to Era felt like we kind of bought into Ballas's idea that they could build a great empire and that was what they were entitled to. And he'd also just kind of been dejected with the way his own father handled the war and, you know, giving up. So, you know, he fell for what Ballas put out on offer. And I will say, this is all just obviously my sort of thoughts on it. We'll probably find out for sure during the Old Peace what exactly is happening. Unthinkable and stupid. I mean, that's true. I got close to sentience. I mean, that's true, but, like, I still feel like that could be at the end of the Old War. Why are you still here? Your event is over, dipshit.
right by our kingdom.
Why are... Well, I was gonna come visit Wally, but for some reason, Dominus Thrax is still in here. Pay rent, motherfucker. My K-drive is just there. Pay rent, motherfucker. You think he can leave the pot? He's certainly trying. Time to evict him, capitalism kid. It's not working. It's not working. Was rewritten like 3 times already. I mean, Soulframe's in early alpha. I think that it's more sensible for that. I haven't touched Soulframe in a while, though. I'm kind of waiting on more new player experience overhauls. What is Wally's scheming way? Yeah, it seems like...
What are you thinking?
I made this joke, but I kind of think that it holds merit. I honestly think that the Tau storyline... I'm glad we're picking up the Sentience again. Like, genuinely, the new war being the end of the Sentient arc was, like, insulting, if you want my honest opinion. Pulling the rug out from under us on this enemy we had been building up for, like, 7 years at that point, to it just being ballast the whole time, just upset me on a different level, honestly. I wanted to explore the Sentience, not, you know, more ballast. And I think that if we're going to have this new storyline that explores the Sentience as the Sentience more, that's huge, and I'm very excited to see that. I hope we see more Narmer as well. I don't know if Narmer would be in Tau. I don't think it'd make a ton of sense, to be honest. But I would like to see more Narmer content in the lead-up to that. Or maybe like they're trying to bring Narmer, you know, members over to Tau. But I guess we'll see, right? I guess we'll see. Will show up in Tower of the Old Peace. I think he'll show up, but I feel like we're still just kind of like, I don't know, fucking around on his storyline, I guess. Like, I feel like 1999 was the first time we really got anything super significant about the character of the Man in the Wall, with the monologue during the scene where all the Hex members, spoiler warning, die. But I guess we'll see what happens. Honestly, I would be fine with them focusing on the Sentience for the next year, but Warframe has this awful habit of just dropping storylines. Like, real talk, I feel like Tau probably should have been after the end of the New War. Like, us waiting this long is kind of weird. Aren't they building portals? I don't know if they have the resources to, honestly. Because obviously Ballast tried and failed, and now Pergasa's, like, stuck next to the sun, presumably. Maybe Pergasa's totally gone by now, I guess I don't know, but... Post-Old Peace. I think that they'll probably show up in 2026, but we'll have to see. I really do hope that at the very least we see more Narmer. Holy shit, more Anyways, was right after New War. I think that it kind of makes sense from the fact that, like, we added the new, like, they had the new tile set in the works already. But, like, then we had Veilbreaker. That was all pretty logical progression. And then when we hit Duviri, it's like the game just veered off of everything New War related for the next several years. Like, the conclusion of the New War just stopped mattering once we reached that point. Well, the vessels started moving. Yeah, the vessels feel like a weird missed opportunity, almost. And what they're actually for is kind of still up in the air. I believe the lore fragments talk about how they're kind of, like, linked to each of the proto-frames in some way. Like how, you know, when we transfer into one, we can, like, you know, we see through Arthur's eyes. But I feel like the vessels kind of got dropped? I don't know. They really stopped being important, like, really quickly. I hope that we get to see more of them eventually, but I guess I won't really hold my breath on that. For Andrade to not feel lonely, reasonable. I'm losing hope too. I lost hope long ago. Like a Gundam? What if we fight the new giant sentient mech? Just fight the new giant sentient mech in one. That would go hard. Etc. So the Man in the Wall is first introduced, I believe, in the War Within. If you, like, drink the Kuva or whatever you do with it, you'll get a line from the Man in the Wall. But as I understand it, right, and maybe I am off on some details, the man in the wall is basically an embodiment of the void. Like, the void is kind of its realm. They also call it the indifference. I think that was a term coined by Red Veil, because it's also brought up in Chains of Harrow. The man in the wall was either Entrati got its attention or he accidentally made it. We're not entirely sure. But, the man in the wall was first encountered when Entrati was doing expeditions into the void, because he was the one that was experimenting with it. And it seems like, during his foray into the void, Entrati sliced off the man in the wall's fingers. You can read the lore fragment, or, like, listen to the lore fragment on Deimos about this if you want. But the fingers that were sliced off were studied and used to make a bunch of advanced void-based technology, like void drives and stuff. And it seems like the Indifference is pretty pissed we stole its fingers. So there are copies of the finger around. There's one in the Railjack, there's one in the Zeraman. But it seems like Wally wants them back, which, like, understandable. So the Indifference is kind of like this, you know, eldritch void deity that is after us, and specifically after Entrati for what happened to it. It also seems like, based on some lines from Tagfer, the Indifference doesn't really understand human emotion that well, and so, like, it's kind of implied, to me at least, that, like, positive emotions are good for resisting its influence, like the Kavia coming together and, like, you getting closer with the Hex and all of that stuff. Can't have shit in the void, yeah, deadass. Would Tenno not exist? Presumably, yes, that's correct. Because then we would have never really... Because, like, the Orokin thought the void was empty. They didn't do anything with it. It was Entrati specifically that decided he was going to start experimenting with it. I wasn't paying attention. We're paying you a visit, Wally. Good and bad. That's certainly possible. But I feel like with the whole, like, that's the poison to your plan line from Entrati and stuff, I think that, like, positive emotions seem to be what resist it. You know, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap the stream up here soon. We'll go for another maybe 5 minutes, but we'll have our lurker moment. If I could get some hi Wallies in chat, if you've just been hanging out, not been saying much, go ahead and type hi Wally to let me know that you're here and that you're alive. You know, I gotta check in on you all from time to time. If I could get some hi Wallies, I do appreciate it. Depression, just be happy? True. You know, I feel like considering I should probably have been working on, like, a video instead of streaming, but I'll be honest with you all, with the announcement of the teacher, I don't fucking know what to make anymore. Like, I have so many ideas for videos, but they all would take too long. Because I'm moving so soon, I want to work on a project that's, like, under a half hour long, so I can actually make it and get it out before I move. But without the teacher being out yet, I don't know what to put in the modding video. Because I don't know what's in the teacher, so I don't know what I can consider assumed knowledge. I would add Titan to the game. If I were to do that, I would need more assets. I've thought about doing a video about Pluto and Neptune not having unique tile sets and my ideas for what I would give them, but I have no way to make visuals for it at the moment. Void and Albrecht? True. Tier list slop? The problem is all that would also take too long. But the worst Warframe passives? I mean, I kind of already did that in the passive tier list. You moving to be with Nitro? I'll be moving much closer to him, yes. It's going to be quite the process. Not only is moving extremely expensive, I've come to find out, but I also get to drive, you know, 1,000-ish miles. So that's rough. You feel like disclosing? I feel like if I'm going to make a video, I want it to have a really solid foundation, right? Like, randomness is difficulty, DE doesn't understand Overguard, why do new players really quit? Those sort of discussion videos, have a very focused goal in mind, right? And I don't know what my focused goal would be for another video. And here's something that's going to sound weird, but I hope you all can see where I'm coming from on this. I know, if I wanted to, I could make a video about damage attenuation and just cash the fuck out on it, but I don't want to, because I don't want to touch the topic when I think that it's in enough contention it could be changed. And I also feel like it just feels wrong to me. Like, if because damage attenuation is such a hot button thing. I feel like making a video on it now would feel like I'm cashing in. Like, randomness is difficulty. Dude, I fucking dropped that video over a year after EDA came out. I had those opinions on that content for months before I actually made it. And it was something no one was talking about at the time that I did make it, which was deliberate. But I feel like with damage attenuation, yeah, I could make a video on it, but what would I even add to the conversation? And I also just feel like it just feels gross, I guess, to make a video with that context of like, oh yeah, I'm making it because it's a popular thing. Like, that's not the mindset I ever want to go in with. Or what I want to put off, I guess, necessarily, either. I also thought about, like, revamping the status tier list, but there's another smaller Warframe YouTuber who just recently made a damage type tier list, and even though I made the original status tier list many years ago now, I feel like making a new one right after he made his is kinda shitty in a weird way. Like, I don't really want to step on the toes of what his video is working to achieve if I make my own. And it's not like anyone has, like, a copyright on an idea or something, right? That's ridiculous. But I also don't want to, like, make a video that could step on what another smaller creator is doing. Because Sci-Fi actually asked if I wanted to do one with him. I think I forgot to reply to his comment because I'm a fucking idiot. But I would have fun working on something like that with Sci, but I don't want to potentially mess with what that guy is doing. So it's like, a lot of my ideas are kind of in, like, this weird limbo. Because I could make, or I could keep working on making summons overpowered, but it would be so long that I wouldn't finish it before I move. Making summons overpowered is probably going to be close to 2 hours in total, and I don't think that I'm going to have time to finish it before I leave. So I don't know if I should work on it, because, like, the unfortunate reality, right, is regardless of the fact that, like, ultimately I work on things because I want to work on them, but because I make some amount of money from YouTube, there is a financial incentive, especially when I'm moving across the country and I'm about to spend a shit ton of money on that, to make things that I'm able to, like, release within the payment window. Because, if I work on a video that takes me 2 months to make, and I move across the country, like, well, shit, now that money is going to take that much longer to actually reach me, and I'm certainly in need of it. And I will say as well that, like, I'm not going to eBay my audience for that shit, right? You don't have to donate or anything like that. That's not the point I'm trying to get across here. It's just kind of the mindset I'm in currently of, like, I need to try and make things, at the very least, that I can finish soon enough that this does not become a problem for me. I wanted to do one more video in July, actually, but I just don't think I'm going to be able to, because I can't think of anything. That's kind of the struggle. I want to do a video that's shorter than a half hour, with a solid concept that doesn't feel like I'm making it because I have to. That was Weird and Obscure Stuff Volume 16. That shit sucks. Weird and Obscure Stuff Volume 16 is an ass video, and I considered taking it down, because I made it because I felt like I had to. And it's like, okay, we're not doing that again. We're not doing that again. But I just can't think of anything that, you know, meets my own personal, like, internal requirement for what I think is worth pursuing within the parameters that I've set of how pricey life is. That's kind of the situation I'm in, right? A lot of the stuff I would normally work on right now would take too long, and the truth of the matter is I can't wait that long. So it's like, well, what the fuck do I make? Make Gooner Bait and cash in? Okay, I'm sorry, I'm not Pupsker. I can't, I'm not going that route. Hex tier list? A lot of tier list suggestions. Make a summon with details? Okay, I do actually have, so I guess I'll just probe you all on this idea. I do have one thing that I might be able to get done in time that I also think could be fun, and I guess I'll shoot this idea everyone's way and see. So here's the idea. Here's the idea. There was a clip back when Whispers in the Walls was coming out. People might remember this. They were overhauling the story progression of the game again so that you could get to it faster. So they were streamlining the process of the quest. They were removing mastery rank requirements for junctions, all that stuff. And there was a clip where Rebecca said, in theory, you could complete Warframe's story in like a day. And I remember thinking to myself, could you though? Warframe's story is pretty fucking long. Could you actually beat the game's entire story in a day? And so I thought, like, What if I live streamed that? What if I made a new account and from scratch went through the entire story in a day and just saw if I could beat it? I don't think I can. I want to make it clear. I don't think I can, but I think it would be fun to do like a one long stream of trying to do the game in one go. Brozyme did. Has he stolen my concept? Damn it. If Brozyme did it, then it's not even worth doing. But my goal would be to beat the game. Like, the objective is every story quest up to Whispers, but I would try to get to 1999 as well if I could, if I had time. But I think, like, the rule that I've thought of, like, for myself is I am not allowed to skip cutscenes. That's a major, like, the major rule. I cannot skip cutscenes. They have to be left intact, because then I'm not experiencing the story. I did it in 17 hours. Yeah, I think that, like, doing a long stream of me playing the game and trying to beat it on a new account, and then having a video of, like, a supercut being like, can you beat Warframe in a day, could be fun. The thing is, it would be much, like, less edited content than normal, and I feel like, I don't know, I always have, like, kind of a weird relationship with that type of stuff, but, like, the bullet jump video did pretty well, so I guess we'll see. The question is, when would I do that, though? Ah, shit, because I work so much. Maybe Saturday? I could potentially try and do that stream this Saturday, and then, like, make a supercut of it to release it sooner. God help me? Oh, no. Full public. My goal is to do solo only, and I can't skip any cutscenes. I also had the idea to have to beat every star chart boss as a requirement, but I think I'm gonna have to drop that one because Lek Krill is, or sorry, the Vor Lek Krill combo fight on Ceres is so out of the way that I think it would probably take up too much time. We'll see. I'll have to beat most of the bosses anyways, so if I complete the challenge run like that, maybe I'll mix it in. I guess we'll see. You need MR5 for Vayhek? Yeah, that too as well. But I think Saturday's the only day I'll have free to do it. Because, like, next week is going to basically be, like, we're in the moving end game, right? Because this is the last... I'm in the last few weeks of my current job. So I believe it's next week, and then the week after probably will be my last 2 weeks. I might work one more, it depends. But, like, I really need to start nailing certain things down, like, for sure. Like, packing up a lot of my stuff and things like that. So... at that point, we're probably just going to kind of have to go hands-off with making stuff for the channel for a while. Maybe I'll stream here and there, but a lot of my energy is going to be on moving. So I think that if I could, like, swing something like that on Saturday, that'd probably be the only time I could realistically do it comfortably. Let me look. For long hours because I'm a baby? I mean, fair enough. Thought you were actually unemployed? No, I am very much not unemployed. Where are you moving? I am moving to Texas. Where in Texas? That's irrelevant.
Yeah.
Let me look. Because for the main quests, what would we have? What would we have to do? Awakening, Vor's Prize. Why is? Oh right, they pulled Saya's Vigil from the main quests. Wait, are we for real? They did? Wait, so they pulled Saya's Vigil, but you still have to play Vox Solaris? Why? Anyways. Also, Once Awake being positioned after Vox Solaris is fucking stupid. Heart of Deimos, the Arcwing. Most of these aren't that long until we get to, like, here. Once you reach this point, things start to take longer. I could probably beat all this in a day. By the excavation mission, it is pretty tough, honestly. The question from there, then...
Sorry. Gorgeous will...
Who's that handsome fellow? Hello, Cool War. What do we have in the junctions now? Equip Dream Respawn, upgrade, start building Taxon. Let's look. Are there any hard lockouts here? Complete quest, purchase a Rhino blueprint, defeat the Jackal, start building a Rhino component. once awake. Visit the side quest section. Complete a mission with the bolt ore equipped. Purchase a Mark 1... Wait, purchase an Mark 1 weapon? Oh, they're pronouncing it purchase an MK1 weapon. Okay, I get why you wrote it like that. I don't think, yeah, Deimos still isn't a junction, but I'm guessing Phobos is for some reason. Refine a Void Relic, open 3 Lith Relics, kill 10 enemies with headshots, talk to Maru. Therites is still a junction. Pledge to a syndicate, trade an Iatan, fill an Iatan, complete the weekly treasure hunt. I don't think I have to do anything there, though. Jupiter Junction. Complete Heart of Deimos, get 1 kill while wall latching, complete the advanced movement tutorial in the Codex. Okay. Upgrade a redirection to rank 5. Fucking Europa. Visit a dojo, start building 1 Forma in the Foundry, complete a Nightmare mission, learn how to perform synthesis from... Wait, hold the fucking phone. Is Europa no longer required either? Because defeating the boss of Europa isn't a requirement. Does this mean I can just ignore Europa too? Huh. Weird. Defeat Sargus Rock, kill 10 enemies with heavy attacks, 20 minutes of survival, transmute a mod. Nata, defeat Reger. Complete a mission on Uranus with only your melee equipped. Complete a rescue mission at Caliban. The Second Dream. Hyena Pack. Equip the Arcwing Launcher. Oh, that could cause a problem. That could be a problem. How long does it take to build an Arcwing Launcher? An hour? Hold on. I don't have... They removed the blueprint from my inventory, didn't they? You get it from the quest now? Okay, good. You used to have to craft it. Okay, then I think we'll be fine. And then, I don't know if I have to make it to Eris for any story content. Open a vault, complete War Within, equip a focus lens. And then to Sedna. Can I please click on the thing? Complete Rising Tide. Complete Silver Strait. Defeat Ambulus. Is that a new account? This is not a new account, but I think that I might do the challenge on... I think I'll probably do it on a new account. Important Jordis Golem? I mean... True. Jordis is like... Where is he now, actually? The fuck? Yeah, he's just off there. On release, Arcwing launchers were actually consumables. Whenever you use the launcher, it'd consume it. Okay, I think this might be doable. Honestly, if I finish the run fast enough, I might start doing some side quests. Because, like, real talk here. Some of these quests getting pulled from the main track, I don't think was a good thing. Where did they move... The New Strange is a Warframe quest? The new player experience? I don't think so, because Rebecca said make a new account in response to people asking if Duviri, if they wanted to replay Duviri, what should they do? Because, like, the Deadlock Protocol is also required for something, isn't it? I feel like it would be. Hold on. Angels of the Zeraman. I don't know what the requirements for this are, but it would make sense. Is it replayable now, though? So funny thing about that is Dubiri not considered a main quest? Here it is. Oh, did they actually finally fix it? Okay, good. But my question is, like, wouldn't Deadlock Protocol be required for Zeraman because Granum is back in the story at that point? I don't know. The New Strange getting dropped from the main storyline was stupid. Just full stop, this was stupid. Because this is the first introduction we get to Hun Hao. I believe Stolen Dreams also refers to him with the Arcane Codices, Also should not have dropped this from the main quest line. But if our goal is strictly these, like, this is quick, this is quick, this is not super fast, but not terrible. This is really easy. Heart of Deimos is pretty quick, Arcwing is pretty quick, Nata isn't too bad. These these two are fairly long. Chains of Harrow's pretty long. Rising Tide also takes a while, just because there's so many missions you have to do. This is easy. This'll take a bit. Not too bad. The Motherfucker. This is the one that's going to take a while. Duviri will probably take quite a bit, too. Jade Shadows isn't too long. Neither is Angels. Whispers isn't that bad, but it's a little bit longer than I would have expected at first. And then these two. I'm curious. I'm curious. I'm doing a bit of reading, sorry. Just needs Vorus Prize now? Okay. As you said, you're going to wrap it up. Real and true. Okay, sorry, I'm looking at the end user license agreement just to double check. At least from what I'm looking through in the EULA, it appears that having an alternate account is not banned, as far as I can tell. So much as that sharing your account is not allowed, or making an account for someone else isn't allowed. It has to be in, like, an account you make in your own name. Maybe I could honestly probably just DM DE support about this, actually, if I just want to be sure. Cannot interact with the main account in any way. I've heard that as well. You can't use it for, like, farming platinum discounts or anything like that. But yeah, you know, let me look. Hold on. Warframe support. I'll just send the support team an email just to be sure. The account support, sure. Got it? Yeah, true, true. I'll go ahead and send an email to DE support asking for the specifics, just to make sure I don't violate anything when I do this. But I think that could be fun to do like a try and beat the game in a day thing on Saturday. I think that, like, gets the priority support. No, I fucking won't. I'll be surprised if they reply to me. But I've been going, yeah, for longer than I expected, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap things up here. I guess we'll reconvene Saturday if I try to do the beating everything in a day. And then if I actually do that stream, I'll probably make, like, a highlight reel video of it and, you know, send that off. Hopefully, like, very end of July or very early August. I guess we'll see. I'll have to prepare some shit for that. Oh, you would have trouble? I don't think I will, but I just want to be sure. What time Saturday? No clue. That'll depend on how this all works out. But yeah, I'll let you all know. If I, like, confirm that I'm doing it, I'll let everyone in the Discord know ahead of time. So, if you want to watch that, I'll do, like, a ping for anyone who has the stream ping role of just, like, hey, this is when this is happening, for that. I want to do it sooner rather than later, like, with the moving stuff, so I'm going to try and, like, nail down the specifics of what I can and can't do, and then we'll kind of go from there. So, beyond that, I don't think there's much else to do. So, thank you all for watching. I guess I'll post an update there whenever I have more information. And, yeah, the playlist is in the description for more VODs, the Discord's in the description, and, I think I'm gonna go. That's everything.